primary control of critical functions. Go and run up. The clock is started. 5, 4,
Yo, yo, Happy New Year. You're watching Roll to One. I'm Jaden. I'm here with Zane. I'm here with Jackson. I'm here with JD. And we're going to get crazy tonight. Even crazier than we normally do. But before I begin the episode, I'm going to request something. And it's super simple to do, and it's free. I need you to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. And if you also wouldn't mind, head on over to roll21.com where you can just check out what we do and why we like doing this. And because YouTube is, the place where you're watching this, it'll make a new tab for you. And that way you can stick around for this episode. All right. Without further ado, I think we need to go to the full group picture. And I need to ask a question, if you don't mind. I know that's not normally the way we do this. But I need to know, guys, how many beans?
So am I putting...
Currently we have 2 beans.
Yeah, so we've already got 2.
But per the usual, I need to know from the audience any number you put in the chat, whether it be just saying how many beans, 2 beans. Well, that would make 4 beans if you decided to write in the chat, because that's 2, and then you wrote 2 again, and that makes 4 beans. And we have a bean counter. JD and Jackson are over there counting our beans, and beans at some point during this story, this episode particularly, will be revealed to mean something. Whether it is the number of Geonosians on the wall, or it is just a simple how much it costs to park your car. Beans are important. And adding beans is good, but beans can also be bad. And you may add negative beans.
We are currently at 2 beans.
2 beans.
To Chrissy 1317.
But I guess we should know. Whoever has a number. You said you had a number, JD. What was the number?
I do, and I figure it's appropriate for New Year's Day, 2,025 beans.
All right. Add 2,025 beans.
I was just going to say 24 since we were leaving the new year. I know 2,000. I was just going to say 24.
24 beans have been added as well.
Okay. 20. So that'll put us at 51. All right. Got it. 20,
and then what was your how many beans? You can also subtract if you want negative amounts.
I'll be in step with negative 8 beans.
Negative 8 beans.
I thought you told us we couldn't subtract them.
I've amended my rules. Michelle, of course, coming in clutch. Welcome to the chat, Michelle. It's always good to see you.
What's up, Michelle?
4 beans have been added to the chat.
4 more beans. All right.
All right.
Nice.
I hope you're ready, Zane. Because without further ado, let's get ready to get crazy on Star Wars Ragtag. Mwahaha. All right. Man, I should cut that out of my vocab. It's not a word.
Wahaha?
No. Following a dangerous heist on Ord Mantell, where the crew obtained a hologram of Kroku Ma and narrowly escaped Darth Vader. The team investigated a mysterious Twi'lek Jedi message from the Clone Wars era. The hologram led them to Geonosis, where they discover its true origin point isn't the Battle of Geonosis itself, but elsewhere on the planet. The message read, head to roll21.com. Then they landed in the Valley of Echoes. They encountered a Force Ghost and discovered a connection between desecrated Jedi graves and a signal emitter linked to a Geonosian hive. After defeating a large lizard predator, they faced pursuit from an angry Geonosian swarm. Jedi Jeev launched a Tanzai in the air to reach an antenna on a mesa, while the crew fended off the swarm. Tanzai managed to sever the antenna despite experiencing intense spiritual pressure, triggering the toxic green haze on the planet to devour this area, which caused the Geonosians to flee underground. Back on their ship, Trix and Sky's analysis revealed that the antenna was merely a receiver, and Sky began acting strangely, even declaring, "Long live the Separatist Alliance." The team ultimately destroyed the hive and its queen with seismic charges that I've given way too many of, shattering a kyber crystal in the process. This released a mysterious ethereal face made of red light before dissipating. While Tanzai defends the crystal's destruction as necessary, Drex felt betrayed by the deliberate loss of their potential payday, showing once again that these two butt heads often, but best friends do. The situation intensifies when Keela Voss mentions a potential lead about another kyber crystal in the famed Nix Alana's vault, but before they can pursue it, they are confronted by an Imperial patrol. Despite Drex's attempt to bluff their way through, the patrol reveals they match a description from Vader himself and demands to board them. "We are going to come aboard. Prepare yourself."
Yes, of course. Right away.
And you are on your ship with your crew.
All right, we need to get the hell out of here.
Agreed.
All right, I would like to put in coordinates for anywhere but here.
Okay. Anywhere but here is easy. Just go forward.
Anywhere but here that's not the center of a star.
Well played. It's like a wish with a genie.
Right?
I would have all the money in the world, and you're like, okay, and then it just crushes you to death.
It's such a thing I would do.
What was it? There's a gag on Animaniacs. I want $1 million. And he gets stampeded by
Right,
a bunch of
exactly.
deer.
Yeah, anywhere but here. Oh, you're in the sun.
That's awesome. That's. I need to add more genies. Okay, so you're trying to go. In this case, I like the idea of.
We have 10 beans.
Oh, you have 10
Taylor
beans.
Springer.
Thanks, Taylor. So she's added beans.
Sweet.
In this case, I'm sort of gonna say, why don't you just roll 2d6 if you're just gonna punch it.
2d6?
Yeah, we're just gonna see where you end up.
All right, coming right
Take
up.
that.
And I add what to it?
Straight
roll?
You're punching it. It's out. Just do
Straight
it.
roll?
What is it?
9.
9. That's a partial success. All right. So then I will roll only one of my thing dice rather than 2. I've added some dice to myself because I think it's fun. Ooh. Okay.
Oh no.
You start to look out the window. You prepare yourself, starting to press buttons on the far walls, turning up and down levers to make sure, in the Star Wars fashion, that you activate hyperdrive, which does not make sense when you think about how the controls work, and it's always different, but it's cool, right, visually. And so as it goes and gets ready, you look out your starboard side, and you see that this ship is larger than you anticipated. And what instead happens is that you get locked into a tractor beam. And it pulls you as you aggressively push forward. Now, with a 9, your partial success, I'm going to give you the option. You could potentially damage your ship's shielding system and exit this tractor beam to get away safely. Mm-hmm. Or you can choose to remain engaged in the tractor beam and to not sacrifice your shields.
Well, I think we're kind of dead. If we stay.
All right.
So it's better than getting blasted apart
All right.
right away.
So he pushes forward.
I push forward,
He
yeah.
pushes forward, and you see as this sort of light blue light, which shouldn't really exist in space, but Star Wars Galaxy it does, and it sort of rips like a sheet. That's sort of thinnest piece of paper you can imagine. As sort of you see this light peel around your ship, and the tractor beam yanks essentially this shield energy off of your ship, and you just get this like. Whoop, 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 whoop. You're able to deactivate it. You understand the type of risk that you took, and then you enter hyperspace.
Like a semi running away from the police.
Exactly. And now you are in the blue light of hyperspace on a trail that they cannot follow.
That was a close one. They're closing in on us.
Yes, that was a little close for comfort on that one. Oh, all right. Well, we don't have a payday.
We also don't have a corrupt friend.
That remains to be seen.
He's offline, if I recall correctly. Sky, I believe, with Trix's help, you guys turned him off.
I mean, I was talking about Drax, but yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Because you had to have crystal.
I see.
Oh. Drax misinterprets that and says, that remains to be seen.
Didn't even catch it.
Goes way right over his head. Right over his
Horny head.
horn.
Well,
Whoa.
better word.
So, all right. Well, we could make up for this. And there's another score. If we talk to Nix Alaman or Elena, right?
Yeah, you had just finished having that conversation with Tila.
Yes.
Tila, the Togruta, the yellow-skinned woman. She pointed out this option, which is where this vault of this amazing thief was. But you did not know the location. As you're in hyperdrive, maybe we'll just say that you ask her,
Yeah.
hey, where was that? And she says, it is on Coruscant.
That's gonna be tricky.
Yeah. Because we've been there and already like done some damage, right?
In the active part of this campaign, no. You've not been to Coruscant, I don't believe. Am I
Okay.
misinterpreting that? I think you remember we did like the bounty hunter thing, and I think that was the only time we did Coruscant
That's fair.
as a party. But as far as the audience is concerned, and as far as this main campaign is concerned, no, we've not
Oh, okay.
been
Well,
to
then-
Coruscant. I don't think.
Then never mind. Yeah, I've never been there, so
Well, no, you've been there. I mean, it's like saying, oh, I haven't been to the capital city of the state you live. Like it's
fair.
just part of the
yeah.
deal.
I mean, some people haven't.
Touche.
It's a big planet, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah. All right. So do we know where in Coruscant this is?
I believe the vault itself is going to be hard to find. We're going to have to ask around. Probably down in the lower levels, because it is a bit of a darker thing. But the vault itself is said to be hiding in plain sight, is what most of the criminal underbelly had been saying when I was asking around. Which leads me to believe that it's likely on the surface. But I don't know.
It's good info to have.
Well, our levels of Coruscant are mysterious, to say the least.
Still, it'd be nice to have a little more information, a little more specificity. Who could we talk to?
I think you need to roll. You know what you need to do? You need to know a guy.
Oh, yes. I think I know a guy.
Yeah,
that can
buddy.
get us there.
Roll plus charisma.
Charisma?
Knowing a guy's charisma? I thought that was intelligence.
Roll plus charisma on a 10 plus. Yeah, they can help.
And what's the lowest?
7 to 9. Pick one.
Ooh, just skating by with a 7.
Nice.
All right. So who is this person that you know on Coruscant or otherwise?
His name is Max Rebo. And
Sure.
he's a jazz musician.
Those jazz musicians, man, I'll tell you what.
Gosh dang it! You're gonna do Max Rebo.
Dude. Okay. Yes.
All right. Okay. So you know Max Rebo is a elephantine-faced person. He's got bluish skin, and he, not unlike one of your old friends, has black eyes, long elephant-like ears, and is well known for sitting inside of a xylophone.
He's well known.
Yes.
He went back in tour after Jabba's sail barge.
You know, he's actually, we'll say he's currently on tour.
Nice.
And he's currently on tour with the band. Their best known song, I don't even know how to sing it, but it's just like the one song in Jabba's
It's sad
Palace,
that I
right?
do.
Oh, do you know it? That's amazing. So yeah, Max Rebo, your friend. I need you to pick one, please.
From I Know a Guy.
Yeah, from your I Know a Guy. They can help, but they need your help first. They're going to ask for a lot. They're not quite cut out for this, or you can't exactly trust them.
Say he's not exactly cut out for this.
He's not exactly cut out for this.
Yeah.
You're like, I know a pop star. that might help.
Tansai just looks at G like, oh, cool.
He's been in a couple mafia bar bands. you
Yeah,
know?
he's like probably, opening for someone more fantastic on Coruscant this weekend. So you fly your ship in that direction, appearing in the center of the galaxy, and Coruscant is in the distance. You attempt to tune in to where Max Rebo's tour bus, his flying tour bus is, and you get a message in response that sort of opens the channel, and then you get like a
Hey, Max.
You did it to yourself.
He's not going to have the old fed up jazz musician voice from Robot Chicken.
just wait.
Hey, I need a favor. What do you know about some kind of famous thieves' vault? I see.
You hear subtitles says, oh yeah, you mean old Nix Alana's vault. Not sure, not really cut out for this, but you might want to head down to the lower levels, start asking around. Somebody who tries to kill you is gonna know more than I do.
As always, shining insight. Thank you. Well,
And you didn't bother to score free tickets for later?
That's kind of a mess on your part, to be fair.
he's not that good anyway. He's just a keyboardist.
Makes you wonder makes me wonder what you think about us.
Tansai kind of looks at the
Isn't he the elephant guy?
Yeah. he's
Okay,
the
good. I was like,
elephant
I just want to make sure he wasn't the guy who's saying.
guy. If you haven't seen the
No.
Robot Chicken sketch with Max,
I have not.
That's worth a watch.
Sice noodles.
Oh yeah, size noodles.
Yes.
Pull my brains out.
yeah. So Tansai is looking at the navigation and whatnot. How long is it going to take to get there from here, going this speed?
Going your like normal speed out in the
Yeah.
world. As far as Coruscant's concerned, I just teleported you guys there.
Okay.
So if you want to travel to the lower levels of the city, it's going to be a 360-degree scene transition to get there.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about? Like the Star Wars styles.
Can we say like traveling took us at least an hour or? is
Sure.
that-
Yeah, I'm
okay.
into that.
Okay, because I'm gonna take some of that time to use one of my moves and blacksmith, and combine the lightsaber with my sword.
Okay. So you, in my imagination, and you can correct me if this sounds dumb, In my imagination, you have basically a lightsaber, as you would, and then sort of sticking out off to the side, there's like a guard cover, but that guard cover extends clear to the top of this lightsaber, and basically is like a blade that sort of wraps around the center point of your lightsaber. So one half of it is lightsaber, and the other half is the bladed edge. So you can sort of decide
Yeah, that makes sense.
what you're doing. And so basically you're able to sort of activate the energy around sort of the central pole of your sword.
Yeah, that makes sense. Kind of. Then it's kind of a dual-edged kind of situation.
Yeah, you can sort of decide.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to remove your ability to do katana-like things.
Right.
In the midst of your, lightsabering.
Yeah, for sure.
Very versatile weapon now.
Sweet. Cool.
It's lighter though,
this thing-
which is bizarre.
Yeah. I like that. That's interesting. Because, this weapon is now just... It went from a signature weapon to a stunning weapon, and now it has, like, a lightsaber edge to it. As like, this thing's just a monstrosity at this point, and that's...
Part of his abilities.
That's dope. Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So while you're doing that, you sort of get visited by a small, very small, Unselin girl. Her name is Trix Banto. And she comes up to you and offers out a little, like, very rudimentary arm.
Sweet.
And you see that this arm is basically just a bend, and you can rotate your arm to acknowledge that, but it doesn't have any fingers right now.
Okay.
It is just a ball that on top has a magnet on it.
Okay.
And that ball is like a wrist joint. So like you sort of have a wrist joint, but at the top it's just a very, very powerful magnet.
Please tell me we get to go magnet fishing this episode.
And so that's what she currently presents to you.
Sure.
And she basically tells you that the hand, a very complex thing, is a work in progress.
For sure.
But for now, if you'd like, she can apply this arm to your missing socket.
I dig it. And so, Tanzai kind of pulls back his garment, his kind of shirt, I guess, to, like, reveal the nub where his shoulder used to be. And he's like, yeah, let's give it a shot and see what we can do.
She welds this thing to your shoulder.
That hurts. But yeah,
And then
that's gnarly.
very pleased with herself, backs away. And you see she opens her bag to like kind of put back her welding equipment. And you see that there is all series of probably 4 or 5 different hands that she's been sort of working on. Each one of them with a very large magnet on the bottom of the hand.
Sick.
And so you'll eventually hopefully be able to replace your hand given the task.
Sweet.
But as of right now, you can just magnet stuff.
That's cool. I dig it. No, I like that a lot, actually, so that'll be fun. Okay, cool.
And you arrive. The lower levels, you land your ship along one of the outstretched docks. You're in a massive tube. This tube is miles across, but the walls are like balconies and platforms and streets and shops and restaurants. And the lower you go, the lower the income goes as well. And you go down low enough where blaster bolts are not even hidden. People openly fighting in the streets. Trash cans, each aflame. But you land just beyond, on what we'll call the outskirts of the ghetto. And you lock your ship when you arrive.
Cheep, cheep. Trix, it's up to you to protect it.
Thumbs up. She does.
Blowtorch.
No, she just pulls out a rocket launcher.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Like, that will do.
Cool.
All right.
So you're in the lower levels. What is it that you're looking for? How are you figuring out the information that you need to find?
I'm going to look for drug dealers.
All right. You're looking for drug dealers.
And discern realities.
Aren't we all? I think you should... No, I'm just kidding. I need you to roll to discern realities. That's a great...
What about steeped in lore? I'm doing like research and stuff before we came in.
I don't mind you doing steeped in lore now.
Do it.
You guys are both able to roll, so go ahead and give me a discern realities, Rex, and a steeped in lore. Jeeve.
That's an 11.
If I recall, steeped in lore is on this page. Yes. All right. So you said an 11. Wow. So go ahead and choose 3. Don't give me a second. I want to give Drex a chance to establish the scene a little bit more. What did you roll?
I mark experience.
Oh, so he fails. I'm gonna roll the die. Ooh. Wow. That's exciting. This is helping me determine failures. These 2 dice, these Warhammer dice, they have, I'll just tell you guys as an audience, there are 3 lightning bolts on the die and 2 skulls. And then a blank. And what I'm interpreting is for bad things or for partial successes, right? For partials, I'm rolling 1. For bad things, I'm rolling 2. And what I like to imagine is that the lightning bolt means something happens, right? Just something that is going to happen. The skull is your situation worsens, right? And then the blank is
Nothing.
it's just nothing. Nothing happens. So on your failure, I rolled 2 skulls.
Oh boy.
So just letting you know that that's in the air. That's part of this scenario now as I establish the scene.
Don't do drugs, kids. We'll roll 2 skulls.
Right.
Yeah. So he starts looking for drug dealers. He starts asking around openly. Hey, have you seen anybody? Have you seen the drug dealers? Do you know where they are? And they're like backing away from him, giving him a wide berth.
You look like a cop, bro.
What did you roll? 11? You said you have 3. Yep. As he begins to use your wide berth to his advantage to try to learn of some other information.
Your research went unnoticed by your enemies.
Let's go on.
You learned something useful about an area's history, layout, or politics.
Mm.
And you learn of a dangerous enemy or group. I'm not going to do valuable treasure because that's why we're here.
That's what you're looking for, right? So you start to ask around, and somebody points you in the direction of what's called the Spanner's Rest, which is like a smoky cantina way out into this pretty rough part of town. And you're able to go and bring along whomever you'd like to bring. Who do you bring along?
2 of them.
Of course. Leaving behind your ship, Drex, somebody bumps into you. Somebody bumps into you hard.
Yep.
And it knocks you clear on your butt. And you see that this person who slams into you is wearing a dark robe, a dark brown sort of, it has the texture of like paper mache material, like that like sort of wispy half tape type thing, whatever that would be called.
From that cantina?
And it's like a black, not black, but it's a dark brown robe, right? And as they bump into you, you see, immediately they draw a blaster and they say, "Hey, watch where you're walking, bub." And the person's face is just it's like covered in spikes, just like horns all along their face that sort of like stick out.
I immediately feel for my keys.
And they're there. They're on your side.
They're all there.
"Oh, you're trying to make it up to me?" As you pull your keys out of your pocket.
I said, no, just making sure it's an innocent mistake on your part. In which case I forgive you.
"What's your name?"
What's it to you?
"Well, it's important that I know who in this town is asking around for drugs."
Well, let's say I'm not actually looking for drugs.
"Well, then you'd be a fool."
Maybe I am. It's a pretty dumb way to get people's attention. I I don't.
blasts next to your head, hits the ground, bounces a little bit off into the sky, and says, I'm going to give you 4 seconds to tell me your name.
Michelle Pickett. Gives us beans instead of drugs. + 5 beans.
+5 beans.
Yeah.
When he fires and says, I'll give you 4 seconds.
4 seconds.
As soon as the blast goes off, Tansai hits his sword and it lights up. And it's like, you've got 3 seconds. And I will parlay threatening violence.
Okay.
Let me add those 5 beans, though.
Yes.
Yeah, it's good to have friends.
Heck yeah. He starts to ignite his blade, and you see that there are 4 other people. But Jeev, you're the only one that notices that there are 4 other people that are surrounding this space, and all of them are now grabbing their waistbands, blasters on their holsters.
Parlay. But since I am doing interrogator, I'm going to use strength instead of charisma.
Mm-hmm.
7. That'll put me at a 10.
A 10.
Wow.
So this guy looks at you and says, okay, all right. Didn't realize names were this sensitive to you. That's your ship, huh? That one over there?
What's this got to do with what you're on about?
Nothing. I'm gonna go.
And Tansai will turn his sword off and be like, if you want to talk like a normal conversation, we can do that.
No, I'm gonna leave you guys be.
Listen, we can pay. We'll pay you credits. Our money's just as good as anyone else's. We're looking for information. We're not with the authorities.
Right. Screw off. And don't come around here again. By the time the star shines down this tube, I hope to not see you. He starts to back up.
There's 4 other people here. Be aware.
And they all sort of
They might be with him.
allow him to walk away. And they all sort of go away.
The hell was that?
Well, I think we got the local mob boss's attention.
That wouldn't be the first time.
I think we need to move our ship.
It's probably for the best.
You got some information, Jeev.
Yeah.
In the midst of your tense moment, you asked around to some of the people who were kind of nearby bystanders. Asked around, you're like, hey, I'm looking for just rumors about the Nyx vault. What is this? I don't know a whole lot about it. What can you tell me? And people are like, yeah, you got to go over to the Spanner's Rest. There's this guy named Sam Fifth. Sampphith. Sam Fifth. You got to talk to him because he knows, or at least he says he knows what's in the vault. And you guys know that you're looking for a particular crystal thing. And Tila knows that it's got some sort of related to your crystal problem, right? You were trying to find more of those. And he says he knows specifically what that is, what's in there. And then he says, though, however, the building, the location of this vault is well protected by Imperial spies. And last and certainly not least, don't go asking for drugs in this part of town.
What?
You narc.
No, he learned of a dangerous enemy or group, which is that the Imperials are guarding the vault.
Yeah.
And then the area's history or layout or politics is that somebody knows about the vault.
Yes.
So, I don't know what you two were doing, but I learned a couple things. We need to go to a place called Spanner's Post and meet a man named Sam Fifth. Knows a lot about the vault, and supposedly the place we're going is very well protected by Imperial spies. But the biggest piece of advice I got was to not ask for drugs while we're out here.
Yeah, he figured that out already.
Yeah, we just had a run-in with the neighborhood watch.
Oh, God.
But hey, we wouldn't be doing this if it didn't happen like that, right?
Sure.
All right.
Spanner's Post.
Spanner's Rest.
Rest.
As you head in the direction of the Spanner's Rest, you've head to this smoky cantina. You guys enter a wall of beads to get into the room, not too unlike the one that you guys went in that one time on the planet of Ord
Did
Mantell.
this cause us to move our ship?
Beads.
Beads, not beans.
Beads, not beans.
Okay, I was
Not
like,
beads.
I was like, oh,
Beads.
this-
Right, you had to move out of the way.
it's like, oh, it's
Whatever
just
that is.
a curtain of beans.
Doesn't fall.
Gross.
Curtain of beads. And you enter the room and you see it is like you'd exactly imagine, just this seedy cantina, circular tables, lights. But yeah, you walk into the room and there is just there's a bunch of patrons, but one of them is a small sort of person that is standing on their chair, but they're standing with their hands and their feet are sort of forward, shuffling sort of a deck of cards. Looks like a deck of a sabak, right? They're just sort of like you would imagine peeling the sides and then putting it on top, right? And he's got a long sort of equine like face where the mouth's sort of at the end and then the
Sebulba?
eyes are pulled back. Exactly similar to
Doug.
Sebulba. Yeah.
Doug.
Well, Doug. Let's
Yeah, it's a Doug.
Yes.
I just am describing it for JD, who probably doesn't know what a Doug is if I said a Doug. Not the guy who says squirrel in Up, but this particular creature. And so he's
the past tense of digging.
Yep, he's standing there on his hands, or his feet are his hands. It depends on what you interpret. But yeah,
Right.
so there he is, sitting in the corner. As you ask, "Hey, is Sam Fifth here?" They point to that guy.
Cool.
And he's dealing.
He's sort of just shuffling, waiting for people to sit.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna sit.
Walk over to sit. He looks at you.
I don't know your language. I'll talk in mine, and I'll turn the subtitles on.
Yes, perfect. He just starts to go, "Who are you?"
G. Bjorn, are you Sam Fifth? From what I've been told.
I am Sam Fifth.
Nice to meet you.
Who's asking? Sure, you're Jeeve Yorn. Who is that?
looking at me.
No, he just is asking.
If I could give you more than what I have, I would.
Sure. Give me the big blind. 5 credits.
Sure. I'll give him 5 credits.
And he deals you in.
Okay. We heard a couple things about Nick Solana's vault, and I was told you're the person to talk to. What all can you tell me?
I can tell you that I want that vault robbed.
Just the guy to do it?
Perfect. If you do it, I'll give you 10,000 credits or lifetime membership in the Sable Circle.
Go for the credits.
The Sable Circle?
You guys also sitting? Are you nearby, or
I'm like sitting at a booth.
so you're just like listening in, far
Yeah.
away? Yeah,
Yeah.
right on. Somebody walks up and asks you if you want a drink. It's a lovely robot droid.
Yeah, I get a drink.
They serve you a drink.
I'll sit with Drax.
Yep. You guys are sitting at the next booth. And he says, Sam Fifth says back to Jeeve,
Oh, sorry.
and he continues to play cards with you.
Yeah.
To no avail, it's not, the game is not important. So it's just sort of playing.
What was that action he took to do research?
He did what's called
Steeped in Lore.
Steeped in Lore, which is you can spend downtime sifting through rumors and information.
Can we spout lore?
You can spout lore if you just want to know stuff.
Yeah.
Like if you just want to say, I know this. Like I've heard of that.
Spout lore about the circle,
The Sable Circle.
the Sable Circle.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think it's what, wisdom.
Roll plus intelligence to spout
Intelligence.
lore. Yeah. Stuff you know.
Oops. All right.
Sable Circle ice skating.
Maybe.
I have no idea. I've never heard of it,
All right.
I will.
but I do mark experience.
Cool beans. I, of course, rolled our what happens when you fail. And there is a moment, just briefly, where kind of the whole room is quiet as Jeev and Samfith are talking. And you can hear that the crowd is now listening into what they're talking about. You can hear that, just based on your intuition, that unless you start creating some lively conversation that other people can be distracted by, everyone's going to hear the information that Jeev's talking about.
When the robot comes back with my glass, or with my drink, I'm going to take a sip and do a spit take.
Just like, yeah, oh, it's everywhere.
What is this? This is not what I ordered. I wanted the half shot. This is a full. This is too bitter. Oh, take this back.
Never have I ever been told to not pour the full shot. And he gets upset, and he's like, sir, and he just like turns on his one wheel and starts to roll back to the bar.
That stupid robots, droid. You can't do anything right.
Go ahead and roll to defy danger charisma. To fit in.
All of us, or just him?
No, it's just the person who's obviously acting on this information. 8. Okay. You recognize Tanzai that he's doing a great job, but this conversation is going to end quickly. What else could he talk about?
So, as I'm like, okay, so I'll looking around the room. There's obviously a lot of other patrons and things like that. Do I see anybody partaking in anything that could be illegal?
Yes, openly.
But would they
Got it.
care?
Got it. So I'm gonna grab out my bag of, because I have one bag of spice still.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you do.
So I'm gonna pop that out and make a show of. I'm gonna walk up to a table and be like, just a random table, and be like, looks like this is the kind of place that doesn't really care. I got some different kind of stuff. You want to try this?
Awesome. So with that, I'm going to allow you to either parlay or defy danger charisma to kind of wrap up this
So both
hiding of the
both of those
thing.
are rough
I know.
because I'm
Unless you
not
have another
charismatic.
option for me that makes sense. But
I don't. So
yeah,
we're just gonna roll and hope.
I'm gonna give you a third die with your spice.
Fair. Let's see what we can do. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So I rolled a 10,
Perfect.
but my charisma is -1, so I go from a full-on success to a partial success with a 9.
Right on. Okay. He goes, the guy who like takes some of your spice, and he's like, yeah, absolutely. He like, what is this? What did you lace that with? It doesn't taste like spice.
That's the great part. You'll find out in a minute. Anybody else want a little bit?
What? And he's like, well done. He's immediately sort of like, what? And he does another one. And it does taste off. Your partial success is that it's a little bit mixed with something that resembles spice but isn't. It's like a half dud bag, right? So it's like it's like not very potent of it basically, but it's enough to get back to Jeeves' conversation with Sam Fifth. So Sam Fifth, you and Jeev and Sam Fifth are having a conversation, and he basically says, all right, I know. I need you to go to the vault. It is a building not too far from here, and it is very tall. Very, very tall. And the reason I bring this up is because there is no way that you're going to get through the elevator security. You're going to have to climb the building to the penthouse. In the penthouse, there is a vault. I don't know the password, but I do know that it is impenetrable. Otherwise, it is tighter than a Wookiee's hug. But I've got a feeling you've got the chops for this. Inside is the Kyber diadem.
That was a lot. Give me a second. I'm trying to write things.
So we got a scale of building, and inside is a Kyber. What was it? Kyber
Diadem.
Diadem. That's right.
A diadem is like a crown.
Yeah.
It's like a tiara. But it's not a tiara because a tiara doesn't always have gems in it, but a diadem always does.
Mm-hmm.
It is my understanding that the diadem contains only red kyber crystals.
The Kyber Diora.
The kyber diadem.
Okay. So, if I may ask, how do you know this much?
I built the vault.
Are there any weaknesses I may be able to exploit to get in?
Yes. Type in the password. Someone inside the building always knows the current day's password. It changes. You'll have to find them. Perhaps Nyx Alana.
Oh, so Nyx is around.
Do you say that?
Well, I'm not there, so
So, Nyx is still alive. Like, from the rumors I've heard, I wasn't sure if Nyx was dead or alive.
Nyx is but a title.
I see.
Currently, Nyx is a Twi'lek slicer. Tall, blue-skinned, sleek black Leku.
I'm currently dealing drugs.
Yes.
Watered down drugs.
Got it. Before I take off, is there anything else I may need to know? Or anything you need me to bring back for you?
No. Just make sure that Nyx knows it was Samfith Baradun who robbed his vault.
Sure thing.
Meanwhile, I want to talk to this dude that is freaking out because, like, does he realize that it's like not as good, or does he realize, or does
It's like
he think
I mean, he's just got your word
that it's gnarly?
that it's gnarly, but
All
he's
right.
like, it's something's off about it.
Like, there's a prolonging agent. This is gonna be this lasts much longer than normal. What you want to, if you like this, or if you don't like this, you need to talk to, and I'm just gonna I'm just gonna make up a name. Like, I don't know why, but the name Carlos came to mind, so I got to make it a little more Star Wars than that. But anyway.
I don't know, Carlosi.
And so Carlosi, yeah, I'm like, talk to Carlosi, and then I will describe the dude that fired
Oh,
at Drex.
interesting.
I'll be like, he's the one who supplies it.
I like that.
Good call.
I like it a lot, but you describe him very, very well, and you see the guy's face sort of like, wait, huh? And then I need you to defy danger charisma, because this could go poorly for you.
Uh-oh.
Fair. I got an idea.
Can I aid him?
You can. You, of course, would be exposed to the risk, costs, or consequences.
Sure.
It's okay. So I rolled that. Let's see if that makes any difference.
Oh, yeah.
So that puts me at 8.
All right. Okay. And he says, okay, yeah. I know that guy.
Wait, you know him?
I mean, I know of him. Yeah, he leads the local sort of we'll call it an HOA.
Wait a second. and so all of it, and this is
Michelle said, "Ooh, well played."
this is exactly what I wanted to happen, because I'm like, wait, what do you mean? What? How do you know him? What's it? He told me his name was Carlosi.
Oh, his name is Carlosi?
That's what he said to me. How do you know him?
Hold on, come here. And another like big dude walks over. He's got like a wolf like face. He leans down and he's like,
Put out a hit on a guy named Carlosi. Now we got his name, we can get credits on it. See if any bounty hunters show up.
and the guy goes, "Whoa." And then he like backs up, starts walking the other direction.
roaring.
Like,
Poor real Carlos.
You know, this whoever's Carlos is screwed.
like, okay, I think I might be confused in this scenario, but I like you. Here, I just dropped the bag.
It's like, it's spicy. Spicy spice.
I was like,
Chili pepper, secret ingredient.
Yes.
like, yeah,
That's funny.
I'm new here. I just trying to make a buck, but I think we can become friends.
Yes, what is your name?
Kevin,
I like you too, Kevin.
what's your name?
Baba.
Baba. Small M, big M, Baba. Got it. Baba. I like it. Okay, cool. I'm like, I'll catch you around.
I hope so.
And I like ask for his digits, and I'm like, all right,
You guys swap, and he's like,
sweet.
I wonder if we could do the spice in a line. Clear the sinuses.
Then I walk back over, and I'll be like, I don't
it's drugs. I mean, you guys are doing drugs. It's part of the game.
I'll walk back away, and I'll go back up to Drex and be like, I don't think we have to worry about that guy that fired at you earlier. I think he's taken care of for the time being.
Really? How'd you pull that off?
You think they took care of him? Oh, that's nice.
So I'll look at Jeevan and just like, and it'll register like he mean like, and I'll just let him believe that they're like gonna take care of him nicely, and I'm like, to Drax, I'm like, I just narrowly avoided another fight, so I think we're good. I turn suspicion towards him.
All right.
We'll see what happens.
Sounds good. Where to next? Did you find out anything?
I think, everything we need.
All right.
We need to go to this tall building. And the vault will be in the penthouse of it. Elevator security is going to be hard to get through, but as long as we can make it to the vault. Well, it's going to be very rough as well to get through. And the password changes every day. Nixilana is apparently a title. It's not a person. So we need to find out who the current password holder is. I got a description, but that's about as good as I could get. And from there, it's not just a crystal, it's a diadem of them.
Oh, that could get us a lot.
Exactly.
You see as an astro droid with a tall head sort of wheels itself over to Samfith, right? This astro droid wheels itself over there. You hear a couple beeps, and then Samfith says,
Yes, the bounty, of course, extends to all who want to participate. I know they are looking for it as well. You and your gang are still up for grabs, even if I offer it to someone else.
So there's more than one crew trying to figure this out. Dope.
you're not alone.
Nice. I dig it.
I dug it.
It's a race.
Dug is a race.
Right. All right, so let's hit it.
All right.
So you guys, end up at the outside what?
Batman transition.
End up outside this building, and this building is like basically I'm imagining like this Empire State Building, just massive spire, huge windows along, sort of panel windows that are about the size of you, a little bit wider, obviously, just all the way up the building. You see that the lights are currently off inside. Like no light is inside this building. It is like a singular black spire in the midst of a golden sort of shroud across the city, right? With all these yellow lights on. You see as the sort of sun is beginning to set, purple hues set across this whole sort of plain with all of these buildings atop of it. And as you look up at it, of course, like any building would, it sort of seems to like lean forebodingly over you, pull down with the weight of perspective. And there it is before you. You see that there is no one guarding the building. You see that the building has a bit of a space sort of around it, which means that you can have, I guess, 2 alleys on each side. You don't quite see behind the building enough from your current vantage point to make out that there is in fact another building low in comparison attached to the back of it, but it is a separate building. And that is what you see until you do other things.
So how are we supposed to get inside?
From what it seems, we can just get in.
Wait,
To get inside the penthouse, to get inside the vault, we'll need a password, but to get inside the building, looks like we should be able to just walk in.
Wait, so is there a door?
Didn't he tell you we had to climb?
That's what I thought. He said it. Did he say he had a
Said
scale,
elevator.
Now, there are elevators inside. He did mention that.
Yeah.
Right? Oh, okay.
But you walk up to the building proper, and yeah, there are doors in the front, but these doors do not open automatically for you.
Okay. Push him open.
Perhaps, considering all the security and the competing teams, we might be awarded for being a little more cautious.
Perhaps.
Agreed.
You look up. Who wants to discern realities?
Sure.
Oh, all right. Everybody can.
Shall we?
Everybody can. Remember, fails do
Are
make
we-
the situation bad.
Yeah, I was
so-
gonna say, should we struggle as one?
The struggle is one.
No, it's
Well, it's not. That's only defy danger.
Yeah, so it's not discern realities. Okay, fair enough.
Seven.
Shevin.
I rolled a 6.
I'm also marking experience.
Man.
Wow. So you also both of you are failing.
We both look up, get vertigo, and fall off the edge.
What did you roll?
7.
7. Okay. So obviously you get 1 question.
Yes.
I'm gonna immediately tell you the penalty of what's occurring. I rolled for Drex. I rolled a lightning bolt and a blank. So Drex, you just notice something going on. You look up and you see there's what looks to be a Mandalorian flying
Wow.
halfway up the building to the top. Tanzai, you see aimed in your direction a Duros, a blue skinned, red eyes, the rest humanoid body. You notice that only because you're able to trace a laser, green laser, that is now touching your sternum.
Okay. So I'm going to try to defy danger and throw myself out of the way of that shot.
You're just going to dodge the bullet.
Yeah.
All right. I like it. Defy danger dexterity.
So. Okay.
Jeeve, what is your
Who
question?
or what is really in control here?
Who or what is really in control here? Well, they're clearly
Stop spinning, please. Thank you.
Clearly,
Okay.
there is a rival crew that is already in the middle of trying to do what it is you've been assigned to do. And these are 2 of these people. So there is somebody in charge. Is it the Mandalorian? Is it the Duros? No, this is too precise. You already are able to understand that there is a droid in charge of that rival crew. They're too precise.
I'm going to take aim and surprise attack the Mandalorian.
Shoo, man. You're a sharpshooter. You're pretty good.
You gonna get between the armor?
Well, I mean, not all Mandalorians have Beskar. Beskar's very expensive and
True.
rare.
What are you doing?
So I rolled a 6 plus dex plus 1, so I ended up with a 7. So I just made it.
All right. So he goes slightly out of the way, and you just hear this as just the smallest, it'd be like shooting a 22. The smallest plasma bolt just sort of hit next to you, and then immediately sort of acid, and then fills up where it shot, and then it's almost cleaner where his bullet landed than when it was shot before.
Interesting.
It's designed to kill a person, but not make any bullet holes.
Interesting. Okay. So how how far is the shooter from me? And is he like
I'm going to say
elevated,
he's
or-
like a very far away sharpshooter. The only reason you know it's a Duros is just because they got big honking heads.
Okay. So I probably can't close that distance very quickly.
It looks like this, from your vantage point, that the Mandalorian is going to potentially retrieve or do the climbing, and that the sniper is covering him right now.
And I'm aiming for his jetpack in particular.
You're trying to fire on him. Go ahead and roll to volley.
Well,
and I'm going to give you disadvantage because you're not wielding a long arm.
Shouldn't we try to save the jetpack so we can use it to get up?
Okay, how are you gonna get him down?
Because how high? How high?
I don't
up is
know. I mean,
How high? Apparently high enough.
can you
that I need
grab
to walk.
things from far away?
Yeah.
he? So maybe do that.
I don't want to tell you how to play your character, but
you can wield the force.
I see him reaching up, and I just wait to see what happens.
I'm gonna.
yeah, he's halfway up a building, so that's a pretty far shot for you.
I'm gonna try grab him, and yank him down.
All right, this is pretty tough for you as well.
That's a 9.
9. So you reach up your hand. This is plus charisma, right?
Yes.
All right, so you just reach up your hand in the air and you try to grab, just try to pull. Oh, and he sort of like stops in the air. You can see the fire still sort of pushing down out of his jetpack. However, you're holding him in place. And this is your sole focus. And Tanzai, as he's sort of focusing on that, you see this green laser go to him.
Damn it. All right, so I'm going to.
Use your hat.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah, I'm gonna grab my hat, my shield,
Pulls
as
it off his
were,
head.
and then kind of drop and and get right between and try to block.
I love it. Defy danger strength. You just see you hear this heading in Jeeves' direction. You just immediately pull and then block.
Man, I'm just not rolling well. But I do end up with a 9. So
9. Okay. It hits your hat, sort of cleans along the top, and then he immediately is like, oh, fine. Moves the laser over to Drex.
God damn it.
How far can we see where the sniper is?
You can follow his green laser. He's, I will say, half a block away.
Is he? So he's further than the Mandalorian.
Maybe, yeah, like he's on the next street over, up on a really, really tall balcony, we'll say.
Okay.
And so I'll just yell at Drex. I'll do like, Drex, you're targeted. And I'm just going to bolt as fast as I can, try to get to the shooter. Because like he's going to keep firing from distance.
Yeah, you start
Yeah,
running.
yeah.
I'm going to be the threat.
Is
I
there a
will say
dodge action?
he is about as high up as maybe the Mesa was,
Okay.
like back in Geonosian or Geonosis.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys jumped up there last time with a particularly
Was it
unique
ship?
method.
Yeah.
No, it was a force plus
jump.
plus
Gotcha,
jump.
yeah.
Let's, and so as I'm running, I'll be like, Jeeves, I might need a hand.
Okay.
Can I, since Jeeve is holding him still, can I take that shot before he releases? Because I have
like it.
surprise attack.
I like it. Yeah, for sure. Go ahead and roll.
Okay.
She's currently still holding.
So that
I like the look of that.
is 13.
Nice.
Wow.
And so on a 10 plus, choose 2. So you create an advantage that gives +1 forward to you or an ally acting on it. How would that be used?
Meaning, if you were gonna like fire again, you'd have a +1 to your roll.
Okay.
And in this case, you're getting a surprise attack. So basically, I guess in this context, it doesn't quite work the way that you might have intended. However, what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to let you hit the jetpack.
Okay.
I'm just going to let you hit the jetpack like you had anticipated.
Okay.
You are like shooting like those guys in World War II. Your left arm is out, your right arm is up. You're not aiming down the sights. You just intuition fire. And you see this jetpack sort of begin to spin, and you see this Mandalorian that was gross, shatter into the window and just like is now in the window. And immediately from that point of origin, you see all of the windows light up in color, not too dissimilar from your shield. Now the whole building is shielded, except that point where the glass shattered is like kind of staticky.
All right.
Okay. All right. So as I'm closing on the sniper, I'll hear the. Can I say that I heard the guy hit the window, so I know? That
Oh yeah, I mean you see the building like light up.
All right.
Yeah.
So I'll be like, now, Jeeve, and I'm gonna try to duck down and try to muster whatever I tried before and jump and see what happens.
So go ahead and roll plus charisma. You're just gonna force jump him.
Yep.
While he's doing that, can I try and ascension gun?
6.
Not
gonna do.
I guess in this case you could potentially, you're technically defy danger charisma, right? So it's you could potentially both of you struggle as one in this case. Not trying to help you, but I think that actually makes more sense. So in this case, you find yourself in a spot, right? So so you find yourself defy danger as a group. The struggle is to get up to the sniper. How you deal with it, roll plus stat.
Okay.
Now that means that Tanzai is going to also roll plus charisma to muster the force jump here. Or I guess no, you roll plus stat, so your stat might be strength.
I was
to
gonna
just
say,
jump.
can I jump?
Yeah, just jump. Roll plus strength. Makes sense. I'm learning the rules myself.
Okay, so that will be 12.
12. So, in this case, you get someone else out of a spot. So that cancels itself out. Because you rolled a fail. He was in a spot. All right, I'm going to describe this. So you're running, Tanzai. You're running in that direction. You see the sniper aims now at his initial target that you had been blocking with your hat, which is Jeeve. He goes over to shoot, and you hear it in the distance. As you see that, you recognize, oh crap, what do I do? Jeeves begins to launch you in the air. That's not going to fail. It's going to happen. He can throw you in the air. He's done it before. And you jump up, and in that moment, you recognize, oh crap, I'm going to have to block the bullet in the sky. And so you take off your hat one more time, boom, an impact smashes against your hat, and then you pull the thing on your head, and by the time you pull it on your head, you realize you are descending upon a sniper. What do you do as you are about to land on him?
So if I can, I'm going to try to draw my blade and turn it on.
So it's on.
And come down with a swing.
Go ahead and roll to hack and slash.
That will be a 12.
12.
Nice.
What's your, obviously that's huge. You going to do some other special things you can do?
So, yes.
You're going to try to kill him in one go?
I might. So, I'm going to...
You can.
Yeah, I think I might be able to. So, I'm going to strike hard and fast, deal an extra D6 damage.
Yeah, if he kills him before I get a chance to get him back, it's going to be rough.
And with my merciless move, I add an additional D4.
And I'm going to try and counterattack should I live.
You might. So... Okay, so...
You can stun too, can't you?
Not yet. So
let's
so that was a 3. So that's 4, 8, 10 damage.
10, that's it.
Wow.
And your blade goes pretty far into his body, and it just sort of rests as you cut through the neck down into the center of his body, and your lightsaber just sort of vibrates as he looks at you. And he coughs up whatever color Duros' blood is and just falls.
Okay.
And you kill him. And now there is a very long sniper rifle in front of you.
So I will grab that and I'll be like, can I just kind of put it on my... I guess I can't really... I don't have it. I don't have
inventory.
You hold up maybe your left arm and
so
it just goes...
yeah.
To your arm.
It'll attach to my...
magnetizes
Yeah.
in your arm.
So I'm like, okay. So I turn back and I look and I'm gonna jump back down and run back. So I don't know how far down the jump is.
I mean,
but-
half a building. So, are you prepared to catch him, Jeeves?
I can be.
All right, defy danger, charisma.
I'll hold up my arms.
Jeeve
I'm
is
going
force
back to my,
speed ran to the edge of this building and is now waiting to catch you with the force.
going back to my old trick of just jumping off of stuff and
7.
hoping for the best.
You jump. Now here's what I'm going to do as the penalty here. The penalty is that Jeeve is and Tenzai are sort of going to be tied up for a second while something may happen to Drex. So Drex, you are over there. You have seen a Mandalorian impact a building, and you've seen this building. The building may be the vault itself, as it is now totally lit up and shielded. What do you do?
I was going to get out my Ascension gun, which is Star Wars for grappling hook,
Yep.
and shoot inside that little area
I like it. I like it.
and try to pull myself up there.
Go ahead and defy danger dexterity.
Seven.
And it catches the exposed piece of building through the hole. You get it. And then it starts to go up. And from your current place, you see as you're going up. And physics would tell you that as you're going up, you're going to get closer and closer to the side of the building that is ignited in shield. You're going to smash into the sidewall unless you change something about your scenario.
Use the
I'm going to.
Mandalorian's corpse as a sled.
Well, he's inside the building, so we
Yeah.
don't know if he's dead or alive.
I'm going to seeing that this is about to happen. I'm going to get out my sonic blaster
Okay.
and try to repel myself
Oh.
away from the edge of the
Oh,
building.
yeah.
So as you're holding with the left hand, you maybe wrap your, I guess you're just holding a gun, and you hold the right arm and just get really close and then just blast. So go ahead and defy danger dexterity again. Here we go.
I don't know,
11.
I was gonna say, is that two Vaders?
That's a Vader and a Luke.
Ah.
6 and a 2.
11.
Plus 3 is 11.
All right, well, we know how this went. You blast into the wall. You see as the shield sort of absorbs the energy out from that space, but you sort of bounce, and then just as you're about to get to the top, you let go of the grappling hook, and then you land in the middle of a darkened room.
All right, and I look for that Mandalorian.
You're halfway up the building. You look around for this Mandalorian. Go ahead and roll to discern realities.
Don't die.
You guys are now on your way back to the building. Yeah. What are you guys trying to do when you get there? Because there's not really a, I mean, unless you guys are going to just to try to force jump your way back up to the top. Halfway up a building is still pretty high, but you can do it.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Is that what we're gonna
11.
try to do?
11.
I don't see another way
You
in.
get 3 questions.
Because the whole building being shielded, unless
Well,
we
we-
short the shield, and I don't know how we're going to be able to do that.
Ooh, 10 beans.
Oh, 10
10
beans.
Thanks, Michelle.
beans.
Yeah.
It's getting intense.
All right. Beans within tents. I'm going to say, what should I be on the lookout for and what is about to happen?
I like those answers. Those are good.
Good.
They're questions.
I'm gonna try something, and it might not work, but I'm gonna light up the saber part of the lightsaber part of my blade again, and try to, and because Tanzai has no clue how this works. So as far as a lightsaber works, so he's gonna try to cut a hole through the shield and see if that works.
I have no idea. I don't think it works, but
No.
Fair.
But you just the two forces of energy meet and do not penetrate.
It's kind of like a
Rock and a hard
magnets
place.
kind of thing. Okay, I'm like, all right. I guess we got to try to get up there.
This thing is useless.
Has Drex ever fought a Mandalorian?
No,
Your answer is no. Okay,
No.
I was giving you permission.
for sure not.
For sure not. What should I be on the lookout for? It seems dumb to just say Mandalorian. So I'm not going to do that to you. Because you answered, you asked a good 2 questions here. You have 3. Just keep that in mind.
I have 3.
You do have 3. So your first question is, what should I be on the lookout for? Well, you should be on the lookout for the most ruthless killing machine you've ever met, because Mandalorians, as far as your history is concerned, are pretty freaking dangerous, and you've never met one because you've intentionally avoided them when they're involved in situations. And the reason that you have is because you don't like the idea of a wrist-mounted guided missile. Why on earth would you ever fight somebody who has that? So what is about to happen is an onslaught of multiple different weapons. And you should be prepared for that thing.
And then, what here is useful or valuable to me?
What here is useful or valuable to you
Cover.
is that there is a Mandalorian helmet right there to your left.
Okay, so I'm like imminently about to be attacked.
You interpret that whoever this is waiting until the perfect moment to strike.
I'm gonna pick up the helmet and put it on, and then switch through the visions to see if I can spot him.
So you go to try to put it on, and it doesn't fit your head.
I was gonna say.
Wait, never mind. I'm a bird.
Just sits along the top of your horn.
Like, oops.
I'm gonna pick it up with one hand and kind of use it as a shield,
Yeah,
Okay.
there you go.
and then like put my hand in the middle
Yeah, it's
of
pretty light, all things considered.
it, and then my gun hand is in the other.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna keep it on the Geonosian blaster, sonic blast mode,
yeah.
and I'm gonna find cover.
Yeah. That's good. Why don't you just roll plus intelligence while these two tell me what they're doing?
So I know last session I think I used an adventuring gear to have a grappling hook situation. Does that carry over? Do I need to use it again?
Oh yeah, it's
Okay.
yours. You got one.
All right, so I'm gonna say I'm gonna try to do that, and then we can try to force push ourselves off the thing to get a better angle, kind of thing.
Go ahead and roll to defy danger dexterity. As you grab him like a damsel and fire.
That is a 10.
10. You aim this a bit better than Drex did, and there's no need to push off the wall. Your trajectory is perfectly aligned. You enter this hole in the building, this glass all over the floor, and you see
your things.
Oh.
you see hidden behind a filing cabinet is Drex, waiting for something to happen. But of course, something is going to happen. 2 more people have entered the space. What is it that you do?
So you said I see Drex,
You see Drex behind a filing cabinet.
and I can see that he's got a helmet on his hand.
He's got a helmet on his hand.
Where did you find a Mandalorian helmet?
Where's the Mandalorian?
I don't know, but he's here. I've got his helmet.
So I'm gonna
He'll probably want that back.
light up the blade again.
Yeah, me too.
There's a your lightsaber is orange, right?
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's orange and green lighting up the room. It is now there's still no lights on inside. I just want to make that very aware. And that's when you hear what sounds like multiple tiny missiles.
No.
And they're now flying in the direction of the lightsabers.
Do I see where they came from?
Yeah, do I as well?
Yes, you guys do see that behind a knocked over table is a man with a wrist mounted
Whistling birds.
whistling birds flying in your direction.
I'm gonna see if I can do what Obi-Wan did in the 2003 animated
Okay.
and catch them and drop them.
You're gonna try to catch them like Neo in the Matrix.
Yes.
While Tanzai is doing what?
I know that Mandalorians tend to be distance fighters more so than not. So I'm going to try to close the distance as fast as I can.
So to
9.
run. All right, so go ahead and roll to defy danger dexterity, and you're going to roll. You roll to defy danger charisma.
Yeah.
Perfect. And Drex, you are not being targeted because you have expertly hid behind things.
Okay, I am going to try to flank him.
Okay, so you're running. Your roll was what?
9.
9. So you dive out of the way. And you see as the Mandalorian has pulled down his body and wrist and is now moving out of the way. So you lost sight of him with your 9. That's your penalty for that.
Fair.
Now for Jeev, he holds out his hand, and you see as some of them whistle out, sort of beyond where he was, and then the other ones he's able to sort of catch in the air, and they fall. He starts to look around for where the Mandalorian went. And he loses him as well.
Gotcha.
Drex, you're trying to find where that Mandalorian was. You didn't have to worry about anything. You know where he is.
Okay.
He's headed left towards the elevators.
Okay. I'm going to try to get as close to be as damaging as I can. And would this count as a surprise attack since he doesn't see it coming?
Yeah, for sure. So you can have a +1.
Genos and blast him.
So you have a +1 to your roll. Go ahead and roll to volley.
I'm pretty sure that like ignores armor or something like that.
Ooh, yeah.
It does.
It's messy.
So it's what stat?
Plus dexterity.
Dexterity. Okay, so that's a 7.
Yep.
And then where's the
You had a +1 to that. Did you incorporate that?
so an 8.
Okay. It doesn't change it. I just was curious.
Sure.
You have to move or hold steady to get the shot, placing you in danger, or you have to take what you can get and deal damage with disadvantage, or you have to take several shots, reducing your ammo by 1. You see him running.
I'll say like I'll shoot with disadvantage.
You're dealing damage with disadvantage. So roll your damage die, which I believe is a D8,
Okay.
and then you'll roll 2 of them, and you'll take the lower of the 2.
Watch them all be the same.
That'd be nice.
So that is a 3.
3. And then with your surprise, if it does indeed ignore armor, then it goes all the way through. You shoot him between the armor plates, and he goes, ah! Oh! He's still up. And you guys see over where he's going.
Okay. So I'll charge and try to swing.
Yeah, you get in range. Go ahead and roll a hack and slash.
I miss.
You miss.
I miss.
Okay.
I that's a fail.
All right.
Can I hold him still?
So Tanzai, you see as you come at him, just you swipe your blade down. He ducks to the side, and then before you even know what's going on, a blade pops out from underneath his arm. It bends slightly, and he holds it and just goes down into like this part of your shoulder, and he just pulls it out, and you're like turning to the other side, prepared to hit him with your other arm, and just in that moment, it's sort of like sort of gives a little bit. But yeah, you take I need you to roll for me. I need you to roll a d10.
Okay. 2.
You take 2 damage.
My armor negates.
Nice. So instead of him piercing your shoulder, he catches your shoulder armor and it just dinks off.
Sweet.
Can I hold him still with the force?
You can certainly try. Go ahead and roll to parlay.
I'm gonna.
It's plus charisma. It just might as well make it fun.
I'm gonna fail.
You're failing.
Yep.
All right. I'm gonna roll another die.
Yep.
And I just keep shooting him.
Wow. Yeah, you can keep shooting. Roll a volley. So in that moment, he is like trying to resist the force, and in doing so, he pulls down, and you see as this rocket on the back of his jetpack just starts going in the direction of Jeev, sort of out just
Damn.
from the top of his backpack.
Dude. This is not. I love it. This is gnarly.
And it's just flying in your direction. Jeev, what do you do?
Move.
Okay, well, cool. Because you failed, I'm just going to make you take it.
Yeah.
So you start to move out of the way, and I need you, for me, to roll 2d10.
2d10 or d20?
2d10. Because the minimum damage is 2.
So I rolled a 10
Wow.
to hit.
So you're going to do deal some damage. You want to roll your d8.
The one time I roll high. That is 14.
14. You take 14 damage as
figures.
a rocket goes off in front of you. You try to block it with your lightsaber, but it doesn't save you from the kinetic energy. 5 damage. Wow, he has taken 8 damage total as he is blasted again, this time in the side. And you recognize his armor plating is not Beskar. but he's doing his best to protect himself, and he's continuing to run towards the elevator.
So as he hits him, and that was with the sonic blaster, right?
Yeah, I'm just.
So yeah, as he hits him with that, and he kind of jumps to the side, I'm going to take that opportunity to swing and hit him with an 11.
11 for the hack and slash. Yeah.
Yes.
You deal damage and choose one.
I'm going to try to drop him again.
So you're going to do hard and fast, or are you going to try to evade, prevent, or counter the enemy's attack?
hard and fast.
Hard and fast. Okay, awesome.
So that ooh.
I'm going to roll these dice here to see if he does.
So that's 11, 14,
Yeah, he is.
18 damage.
Oh my god.
You deal 18 damage to him, and in that moment, he also is going to like sort of reach out with his dagger and just try to go straight for your neck. I need you to roll a d10.
Okay.
This time it will ignore armor.
7.
So you take 7 damage as he sort of clips you, maybe in like the jaw or something. And you dealt 18 damage to him.
Correct.
Yeah.
So that is now 20. No, not 20. So it was 8 plus 18. So it was
26.
Yeah, 26.
26 damage. He is on basically last legs. He has 29 health.
I'll shoot him one more time.
He is trying to book it for the elevator. This is going to be a tough shot.
I'm going to try to swing as well, just in case.
Me too.
10.
10. As you see him turn, Drex makes full use of the fact that he's not wearing his helmet, and through his forehead is a burst of blood and death as he disintegrates in a green flash.
That was close.
That was fun. And like, Tanzai is going to grab his chin and just be like, ooh. Yeah, he got me good.
You.
You hear a gargling, if any of you have comms. Anybody has comms?
Yeah.
I think you do. You guys hear a gargling sound that's like... You have killed my Mandalorian. I can tell.
Who is this?
And it is a gargled mesh intended to be a like it's not, it's like a mixture of different voices and like sort of like Bumblebee, right? You can imagine that, right? And it sort of hits you, and he does have a name. This is C14.
Are you the droid that we saw talking to Samfith?
Yeah, I am indeed. It's an astromech.
So, you're running for this as well, yeah?
I will break into the vault and get access.
How many more in your crew?
That is need to know.
Well, we need to know.
Well, I was gonna say, well, I need to know because I have an offer.
An offer for what?
I mean, 2 of your crew are down, so you need hands, yeah?
I might.
It's always better to work together than to fight our way in and have to deal with each other's dangers in addition to whatever else might lie in wait for us.
Go ahead and roll to parlay.
Can I assist him by saying, yes, I think we can come to a mutual understanding.
Yes, you may have aid.
So that will be, and that's charisma?
It is.
Dang it. So I rolled a 10, but it's a 9.
Pick one.
So, parlay.
Oh no, it just reveals something you can do to convince them. Here's what it says.
Oh, yeah.
There may be just a couple of us left, but we want half.
And I turn to these guys. Can I like kind of mute comms for a second and be like, all we need technically is the diadem. The other half doesn't really matter.
Sure, and we can just not give it to them.
That's fair. You only said there's a couple left.
Yeah, right. So,
Plus, there's 10,000 on the payout, right?
yeah.
I think it was 10,000 apiece, wasn't it?
There's just 10,000 total.
Oh, it's just 10 total.
So
I wrote
I'll-
10,000 down, but I couldn't remember for sure.
So as quickly as I can, so it doesn't sound like there's much of a delay, I'll be like, I think half is a fair price.
Fine. Then I suppose it's a fair time to tell you that the Imperials are on their way.
That's actually super helpful.
Okay, well, in 10 minutes, we will return to Star Wars Ragtag.
Nicely done.
Thank you so much. We will see you, like I said, in 10 minutes. I think 15 might be too long for me to just use the restroom and come back. So we'll see you in a bit, and don't go anywhere. And while you're waiting, go to roll21.com, like and subscribe, hit the notification bell, and roll21.com will pop up in a new tab so that you can continue to catch us.
Buy yourself a new shirt.
New shirt, yes, we got awesome merch. Or
our
if
website.
you just are getting tired of it, head on over to YouTube Music. These pop up over there as well. Peace. Welcome back to Star Wars Ragtag. I'm Jaden. I'm here with Zane. I'm here with Jackson. I'm here with JD, and we're having a good time. So, our party has been tasked with finding the Kyber diadem in this vault known as the Nyx Alana Vault, which Nyx being a title we've learned, tasked by a man named Samfith. He said that he wants you to go and rob this place, but the only stipulation was that he would give you 10 grand. Yes, that's not a stipulation, but that he would hope that you would make it so that they knew that Samfith was the one that robbed this place. And so going to this large building that turned out to be more than met the eye, there was a Mandalorian, a sniper, and an astromech that went by C-14, which is odd because there are 5 units, is what you remember seeing, which is similar to R2-D2, but in this case he has a sort of cone-shaped head that cuts off like a flat top about halfway up this cone shape. And he's been messaging you over the radio once you killed his muscle, his Mandalorian, in the building that you are now in. Going to the top is where the vault is what you've been told it is. And now this R5 C-14 has said the Imperials are on their way. So you have some time before that obviously inevitable descent. But in this moment, you currently find yourselves in a dark office-like room in a very big building next to an elevator.
Where are we going, Chief?
We got to find the penthouse. So I think that's our next step, is trying to find a floor plan. Or we can just guess.
Can I try and take the gauntlet from the Mandalorian?
Yeah, you grab the Mandalorian's gauntlet.
Can I see if it has any data? Like, did he have any blueprints that he was looking on his person or anything like that?
I thought you were going to grab his
Whistling bird.
Whistling birds.
I mean, also, I'm doing that too.
All right, so you grab his whistling birds, you put that on, it has one more use.
Okay.
And then
That's dope.
you put the other gauntlet on your left wrist, you flip it up, and it has what is essentially a schematic of the building that
Take a
like,
look
sort of
at this.
holographically appears.
And I kind of show it to everyone else.
Okay. But does it like show where our target is, or
It does. It shows you the building. It shows you that there's a vault at the top.
at the top? Okay.
Yep.
So to get to the penthouse, we need a password, correct?
To get to the
To get
into
to the
vault.
we need
Into
the
the vault.
password.
To get to the penthouse, you
We just
see
get up
on
there.
the schematic that the building does have a generator that would keep it powered. However, this is at the very bottom in the basement. But in this case, the building is not on. Whoever Nyx Alana is, they are saving energy, potentially, or something. But either way, the building itself is off. So in order to get the elevators operational, some sort of electrical surge is going to be required.
Is there some kind of control terminal room type place in the building?
Yes, there are several control type rooms throughout the building. Are you looking for the one nearest to you?
Yeah.
Okay, so you find the one that is nearest to you, and it is in fact a floor below you.
Okay. There's one right below us.
You also, don't
Right.
forget, have the Mandalorian helmet. His armor is human-shaped, so humanoid. Both of you could potentially wear it, and it is a +1 armor.
I'll say, here, please don't come by cheap. I throw it to G, the helmet.
Yep.
This would be great on a ship.
You can just chuck it at him. I don't want to do it. Should I do it?
Do it.
Okay.
Go for it. There we go.
All right.
Put
It
it
doesn't
on.
fit.
Oh, it doesn't
It
fit.
felt like
Not the
Drex right there.
headset.
Right.
That's all.
I can take it back. There you go. Perfect. I don't know. It was fun. It was cool at the moment.
I was really hoping it was going to go.
Yeah, right over his head. No.
Can I? Was there anything keeping me from wearing like the pieces of the armor that give me +1?
No.
Okay. Well, I will wear the Mandalorian armor.
All right. Yeah, sorry, you just picked the character with the big head.
Yeah.
I can't give you the helm.
So, all right. So
basically, your armor now, you just have armor that is like the +1 on top of whatever you have.
+1. Okay.
Because you've got the generator too, right?
Generator.
Yeah, didn't
the
you
shield
have
generator.
didn't you have the shield generator that gave you 2 at range? So in this case, it's basically just now it's 2 up close.
So you got 2 up close and
You
2
just
at
have
range.
2 armor, is what I would just write.
Okay.
Because that's kind of what
Yeah, that's
you have.
Sweet.
Yeah.
All right. So, do we want to take the elevator, or is there the equivalent, the Star Wars equivalent of the stairwell?
There is a Star Wars
mean-
equivalent of a stairwell.
there's also
It's called a
we just
stairwell.
cut a hole in the floor, drop through. That'd be dope too, but that's fine.
You want to?
I know.
I will say that you're on a time crunch.
We're
All right,
cutting a
so-
hole.
All right.
Would that take longer or?
It's faster to cut a hole, isn't it?
All right,
So we
let's do
need
it.
to go down.
I'm just gonna cut a hole.
Yeah.
You mean you want me to roll for that?
No, just
like Ashoka style. Just
Yeah.
through the hole. You land in on the next floor down, and then you are able to find this control room. You walk over to the control room. It is locked. You literally just cut the handle off of it, and then you enter the space. And looking around at all this wiring, it's all off.
Where's the switch?
Can I discern realities?
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Yes,
look
you
around and see what's
may.
Yes.
While we're doing this, can I hit C14 back? Because he said that there's only a couple of them left, right?
Yes.
So I want to reach out and so it's and be like, C14. You said there's more.
Yes.
Who are we looking for?
Have, I mean, like my teammates?
Yeah, sorry.
So he says, I have a getaway driver prepared to meet you at the top floor should you grab the diadem. And I have a backup sniper.
Excellent.
What?
It's good to know. we might need its assistance. Where's that person? Where's the sniper?
Well, that
stationed?
sniper is on the opposite end of the building on the backside.
Excellent.
I
Good to
cannot
know.
help you with him because the building is shielded.
No, that's fine. Good to know. And then I'll turn it off and be like, now we know who else we have to deal with.
Yes. Looks like he'll be able to help him if we try to make our escape with that getaway driver.
Excellent.
We're exposed to that other sniper.
All right. Cool. So now we know. And discern realities.
Yeah, would you roll?
I got a 7.
7, of course. Do you have a question?
Whoa. What here is useful or valuable to me?
What here is useful or valuable to you? I feel like the easy answer in this case would be beans, but I'm going to give you a better answer. What here is useful or valuable to you? All right, so you look around and you're seeing wiring, you're seeing pieces, and you're seeing these computer screens that are off. You go around, you shake the mouse, and it does nothing. And you go and you press the on button, and it does nothing. And you go over to the breaker, and you start flipping it, and it does nothing. What is useful or valuable to you?
Nothing.
No, I was going to say something that creates power. You need to create your own power.
I rolled a 6, so I failed.
Can't hide behind the helmet now. Okay.
Okay. So I'm just like pushing buttons and stuff, but nothing's happening.
Nothing's happening.
So, do you show that we need power somehow?
Yes, we need to activate some sort of power source.
You guys are in the downstairs, and we'll say that this room has a window. And you see some what look like flashing lights in the upstairs hole coming from that direction. You hear, Drex, you have heard this sound before. I feel like you're one of those kind of people. You know that there is an Imperial Guard ship that has just flown up to the window. You can tell by the hum of the engine. You just know. You know that's the cops.
It's the fuzz.
And they pull up to the window, and you know that there are probably the Imperial Police up on the next floor, wearing their typical, on Coruscant, they would be wearing what would look like not stormtroopers, like, because those are specialized commandos. These guys are more so wearing like yellow armor plates over blue uniforms, and they wield pretty standard issue repeating blasters.
Okay. It looks like the constabulary has arrived.
I can keep a watch out.
We might want to ambush them if they come through the hole.
Sounds like a plan. And so I'll kind of station myself just a little bit off to the side of the hole.
All right, you exit the room and head out towards the hole, and you hear, "Hey, what's this hole down here? Do you guys see this? Looks like we're dealing with Jedi."
It's quite a jump to conclusion.
I feel like it's a pretty good conclusion.
It's a burned hole in the floor.
Or fine, we're dealing with someone with very high tech equipment. How's that? Is that
There
better?
you go.
Is that better for your fiction?
Gotta be the Jedi.
Inquisitors, Vader.
All right, so do we have anything that creates power?
Why don't you put on that freaking helmet and scan the area? Look for power sources, surges. Power sources in the building.
So he's not Iron Man. In this case, the Mandalorian helmet does have a sort of recognition, and what it does confirm to you is that underneath this reddish light is that you see no electrical things. You see no signals that are obvious to you, and no weapons pointed in your direction, which is its primary directive.
Yeah.
When you're wearing a helmet of that nature.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm going to pull up the schematics again.
Yeah, pull up the schematics.
Is there a guardhouse anywhere around us, or a guard room? Barracks?
No, not in your current location. What you're actually realizing is that you're in an office building.
Okay.
So you said there was generators down at the bottom, right?
Mm-hmm. Very bottom.
So we just need to get down there and turn the generators on.
Or find a way to get to the top without needing any of those things.
That's true. We do have the grappling hooks. We could just go to the elevator shafts and pop up.
Or, yeah, do an episode 3.
Yeah.
Just hold on to the elevator cord. Cut the elevator.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
I like that.
So, we could make our way to the elevator shaft.
Go ahead and defy danger dexterity, or however it is that you are sneaking by the hole.
Um, 14.
14, yep.
Dang.
Drex just leads like it's no big deal.
10.
10.
9.
The collective 3 of you are able to get to the elevator. However, in this case, you getting over to the wall, your partial success reveals to you that you're not going to have a whole lot of time when you open the door, because you know, no matter how hard you try, this door is going to make noise when it is opened.
Okay.
What if we cut the door?
It's going to make noise.
It's going to sound like...
I'm saying your Ben Bar's lift gates
Yeah.
is going to make noise because of your 9.
Okay. Fair enough. Be like, are you guys ready?
Ready.
Do any of us have any thermal detonators?
I think you have 1 grenade.
I was going to say, would it be worth dropping down that hole and setting off before we do that?
They're up.
Throwing up the hole because you guys
Still.
fell down.
But still, would that...
I mean, that would definitely...
It would definitely kill however many of them there might be standing nearby a thermal detonator, but I don't know.
But that grenade you have, we don't know if it works or not. That's the thing. Because if I remember correctly, I was like, yeah, it totally works, but we don't know.
I believe it was, we didn't know if it was an EMP or a thermal detonator.
Either way.
So, it's all right. I'm going to try to bend bars and lift gates and open this elevator door. Yeah. 11.
It opens. And with this sound of an echo through the whole shaft. You hear this loud cracking noise that echoes, and then you hear the guards upstairs basically go, "Hey, what was that? Men, down this hole now!"
Now's our chance. Move.
Yep.
Let's go.
Jump on.
All three of you, like the Stooges, 1, 2, 3, holding on to this pole. This wire.
Yeah, I think this is where, and then, so I'll take my blade and cut the wire so we can shoot up to the top.
Cut the wire below you. You start to sail as fast as you can, very, very, very fast towards the top. As the elevator below you, you see it in the distance, is descending very, very quickly down to the bottom.
All right, so
You don't have to time this very, very well, or you're going to have to jump off, but I don't know what's going to happen.
wait, the elevator is above us coming down?
No.
Okay,
No, it's going down.
Okay, yeah,
You're
we're
going
just
up.
flying up.
It's just, there's a ceiling,
Yeah.
and it's not like you're getting off very, very early. It's
gonna-
like you need to be on the top floor.
We're gonna see how the sausage is made if we don't.
Right. So this is where
What do you do, guys?
I figure we time it so that
Yeah.
we let go at the right time, and maybe Jeeve can help push us toward a shaft.
All right. So the physics in
toward
this
us.
case, in the way that you're being pulled upward, is when you let go, you're going to continue to ascend for a couple seconds because
Right.
that's just how physics works in this case. So if you're going to do that, then you need to defy danger intelligence to apply expertise.
So
Okay.
can I do a small flashback? Because
Of course
I have
you
an
may.
idea. It's an intelligence
I
roll.
know it is.
That
Otherwise, this is
sucks.
definitely a struggleless one.
I
agree.
agreed.
What if we just
7.
hold down on the cord and just grapple ourselves up, like walk up the sides like Batman?
You're already sailing up in the sky towards the ceiling.
There's nothing we can do to take the slack off of it.
Yeah,
There is no
you can let go and then start continuing to fly upward until gravity finally catches your momentum, and then you fall.
We've
Okay.
already cut the elevator.
I understand that.
So with
His flashback. What happens?
yeah, so I still had this gun stuck to my magnet.
Yep. The sniper rifle.
Right. So I'm going to flash back to can you use this?
Sure.
And then I'm just gonna like hold out my magnet and see if you, and like try to pull it off and hand it to you, so
Yeah.
so I'm not attached. Okay, that's my flashback.
So you hand him the gun.
Yes.
And
so,
in that flashback, I throw away my
I'm listening.
Tuscan Raider long eye rifle and exchange it for this.
so struggle is 1, and we roll plus stat, right?
Yes. So in this case, I'm assuming Drek's going to enact your clever plan and let go of this thing. What are you doing to try to help this group?
So that is what I'm. That's why I needed my magnet. I'm going to try to when we get to that level, magnetize to the side of the
The wall?
elevator shaft
There you
and
go.
hold somebody and have somebody hold on to me, kind of
Yeah.
thing.
I
So we
like
can-
that. Why don't you roll plus strength?
Do like a monkey chain.
Yeah.
What did you got?
8 or 9.
9. I like it.
10.
10. I like it. What are you doing? You have to struggle as
know.
one.
I don't know. Probably help give us a little bit of a push to get in. or
Drex
up.
pulls his weight. He's doing the math. He's got it. You guys let go at the right time. And then Tanzai literally just brilliantly just holds out his arm, clings to the wall. What do you do?
Give us a push to.
And then
Get in.
you guys are on the wall. He's going to use the force to help you get up. Go ahead and roll your charisma.
10.
10. Shoo. Like a trio made in heaven. You guys all
That was
pull
sick.
yourself into the penthouse elevator space. Or at least up there next to that. You guys are able to collectively open the door and then enter. Now,
Round of applause.
amazing.
That was fun. I like that.
Looking out the windows, you see a view unlike any you've ever seen. A city that is massive and planet-wide, of course, right? And so the horizon line is unimportant right now. You are in a room that is beautiful, a room that is immaculately decorated with lush couches and shelves covered in physical and I'm not going to say books, but physical tablets that have reading options, just all kinds of super awesome fineries that you wouldn't normally expect in an office building. But in this case, you also see a very large oval table that looks like it has it's like a conference room table up here, right? And then like a kitchenette as well. And so you look around the room and you do not immediately see a vault. But opening your schematics, you're able to see that one of these walls is indeed going to have a vault behind it. But how you're going to find it remains to be seen.
That's the tricky part. This is not my area of expertise at all because there's nobody to punch up here. So
Okay. So you said there's where's the schematics at?
I mean, on your wrist.
Okay. So I look at the schematics. I'm sorry.
You're going to need to either discern realities or spout lore about secret vaults.
What about one with the Force?
What does that mean?
When you meditate and commune with the living Force, roll plus wisdom. On a 10 plus, choose 2. On a 7 through 9, choose 1.
So then do it.
On a
Commune with
miss,
the Force.
neither, and you're out of balance with the Force. One of them is sense of weakness in the dark side location near you.
Sure, I love it. Because if it's a diadem, it's a dark side thing.
10.
nailed it.
12 with the bonus.
So you do what?
Sense a weakness in a dark side location near you.
I like it. So here's what I'm imagining. I'm imagining Tanzai and Drex are
And I sense a
pulling
great disturbance.
tablets, hoping for secret bookshelves. You guys are checking behind wall murals.
Yeah.
You guys are looking for knobs. You're looking for the door. You're doing all those
15.
things. And Jeeve,
Beans.
15 more beans.
Oh, all right.
You guys are you guys are doing that. Thank you again, Michelle. You're my number one fan, and I'm your number one fan. As I meant to say.
you're speaking for. You're my number one.
I'm your number one fan. But then Jeeve is kneeling. You guys get very frustrated. I will say that there's a bit of a frustration that begins to mount, and Jeeve recognizes that anytime you guys have been close to these crystals, it has mounted a change in personality. And Jeeve is sort of trying to resist such frustrations. So he kneels, he gets down, and he's just feeling where this diadem might be. And he feels its presence. Multiple, I would say it's like 11 of these gemstones
Wow.
that are on this diadem. And he recognizes that it is indeed behind that wall, but where is the door? Where's the door? Where's the door? There are 3 probe droids on their way. That is your first thought, your first feeling as you touch and commune with the living force. But your second is that it's behind the refrigerator. Inside at the back, there's a door.
That's how you get into speakeasies too.
I know.
That's brilliant.
I did one of those in Whispers of Old Harbor. Go watch that if you haven't.
Nice.
I immediately thought of that thumbnail.
All right.
You guys really have never done a heist before, have you? I'm going to pull the fridge out and find the door.
And Drex, you of course remember seeing all of the beer in that refrigerator, and there shouldn't have been a door back there because it was too full. But he opens it, and then begins to pull all of the beer and all of the things off of the thing, and then you're like, oh, duh, of course, there it is. It's behind. Pardon my nose. Oh, that was itchy. I hid nothing. You guys saw all of that. But the behind the refrigerator, there is a sort of a rotating lever that is on it's got a dial. What's the word I'm looking for?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a dial. You're gonna have to program some sort of a code.
That's where the password comes in.
But of course, remember there are 3 probe droids headed their direction to try to scout you. Probe droids are very large. They are flying droids that have a bunch of little limbs, and they will probe you.
Fun. The look was fantastic. All right. So we need to know the code.
You need the code.
Where do we find a code? So start going back to those.
Crap, we forgot to interrogate someone.
There's nobody to interrogate.
I mean, apparently not. Except for whoever holds the title of Nix.
Mm-hmm.
And there's the Imperials.
What are
but
the odds?
They're just cops.
that that's the getaway driver or the sniper.
Is Nix?
Yes.
Why would Nix rob their own vault?
Right, they could just walk in and take it.
But I like your outside the box thinking.
No,
Yeah.
you're in tune with the Force right now.
Yeah.
You are in tune with the Force right now. And Drex even says, "I like your out of box thinking." He does say that. Let's do it in your voice.
I like your outside the box thinking.
So much so that you need to think outside the game for the code today.
All right. I have an idea. I think I know what it is, but I'm going to hit up C14 because I think I know what it is, but I'm going to hit up C14 and be like, "Hey, do you have the code? We need the code to get in. We're at the door."
No, I do not have the code.
And then I'll just turn it off and be like, "Anybody have a wild guess?"
And Drex just turns to the camera.
What are the beans?
What are the beans today?
2087. 2087.
2087. Maybe try that.
You
And
twist
then turns it.
2 0 8 7.
Watch it not work.
And the door opens.
Well played.
How many beans?
Goofy.
Why not?
I love it.
Love it.
You guys open it with a wild guess. You open the door.
Miraculously.
Oh, Julie has added 5 beans. The code is the code. You
And
put in
all of a sudden the
you
door
put in the
shuts.
7, and then you're like, crap.
I'm like, oh, it's not that. So I changed it to 209,
I like-
2092.
I hold it down and like push my other finger on the 5 before releasing.
And then you add the right code, and it opens. Perfect. Now the bean count has been reduced to 0, and it will continue should another bean moment arise.
Fair.
So amazing. The doors opened, and you immediately enter what is like there are a bunch of lights against the wall. It is a grid-shaped cube, and each of these cubes has a soft blue hue. What basically would be the width of duct tape, lines of black between each square making up this cube. Does that make sense? You're in a sort of light room, if you have the illusion in your mind, right? No. Now, in the center of this thing is a big, hefty box. Each of these cubes is probably a meter by a meter, or yard-ish by a yard, right? And the middle box is basically 3 of those wide by 3 of those wide. So it's 9 by 9.
Okay.
And 9 tall. Beyond is a very large gap. And that's basically it in the room. So it is a definite trap.
Okay.
It's a trap.
It's a trap. So, you kind of discern realities.
Okay? You may discern realities.
9.
9. Ask one.
In the context of like pressure plates or triggers or something like that, what here is not what it appears to be.
What here is not what it appears to be. Well, these do not appear to be regular lights. It does not appear to be... These little things on the floor do not appear to be able to carry your weight. Or is it your way of walking? Or is it... You're getting the notion that, yeah, they might be pressure plates.
Okay.
But they might have less to do with weight and more to do with something else.
All right.
So, Sam Fifth built the place, right?
Sam Fifth did build the place. And you want to do to make sure that that Nyx believed that Sam Fifth robbed the place.
So with that knowledge, and I don't even know why I just thought about this, but like the way we walk is we walk on our feet, whereas Sam Fifth walks on hands. He built the place.
Good thinking.
So Tanzai is just going to put his hand on one of the plates,
Yep, you do.
and nothing happens.
Nothing happens.
And I kind of even just put a little pressure on it.
Nothing happens.
You gonna Sporticus your way across?
Like,
Doing a handstand.
I mean, like so. But do we see a diadem, or is this the actual? This is the vault.
There's
right?
a box in the middle
okay,
of this
but
room.
we need to
yeah.
get the box out of there.
Or you got to open the box somehow. But this box, you're not close enough to see anything about it.
Okay. If I try to do this, can you give me a hand, Chief? And as
Literally?
much, I'm going to try to handstand and walk my way over there. Can you help me with the force?
I would think so.
Okay.
I'll help you get propped up the first one.
Pull him up. Yeah, you can have aid here. And
I'm going to kind of harken back to when I was on my home planet and we were actually like training for stuff, and it's like you had to do like yoga and like all those kinds of like strength things. So he's gonna, and he's got the magnet arm too, which is not a hand.
no, it's not.
Drex?
That might be a problem.
Yep, Drex could do it for sure.
Are his arms long enough with his head?
Yeah, he can touch the top of his head.
I have to like go like this.
Yeah. Does that magnet hand wouldn't work, would it? I'm
Would it?
guessing. I don't
Try it. Put
All
your
right.
put your magnet hand on
Fine.
one of them.
I'll put my magnet hand on one of them. And I'll put pressure on it. Nothing happened.
You start to put pressure on it, and you hear the beginnings of pressure.
And I'm like, so it has to be hands.
And so you are able to, because it's a magnet, pull it back up so that you don't trigger it.
Okay. I need a hand. So
Now we can go get one of the stormtroopers and sever it.
That's horrifying.
He's holding his forearm with one with the.
so how far is the box from us? How far in?
Duct
You
tape.
said about.
I'm gonna say, I guess in this case, it would probably be 18 feet.
Yeah, I can't one hand it. Well, maybe I with some help from the force. Maybe I can one hand it. I'm gonna,
At that point, I might as well just pick you up.
okay, do that.
I mean,
Wait, are those lights shafts intersecting anywhere in our path between us and the?
No, so it's. I'm trying to say it's a grid of light. Does that make sense? Like it's a grid of
Okay.
pressure plates.
Okay.
Is what I was trying to say.
Okay.
And then each one of them is emitting a soft blue light.
Gotcha.
So I mean,
kind of like in Despicable Me 2, or how they light up different things if you step on the wrong one.
I don't know. I've never seen that movie.
if you can you like levitate somebody across?
I would think so.
Try it.
We've
Yeah.
done it before.
You can certainly try. Go ahead and roll to defy danger charisma.
I'm going to defy that danger with an 11.
Who's being lifted?
I'll go.
Who's being
Tenzai,
defied dangerously.
Tenzai, you are picked up with the force yet again, and you are carried to the center of this space,
Okay.
and then placed upon the middle.
Okay, so I'm on top of the box.
You're on top of the box. And now that you are up close with the box, you see that the box does open like a chest. And on the end of this, there's like a button.
Okay.
There's like a button right there.
So I will hit the button.
You hit the button, and you need to defy danger strength.
Okay.
Shatters it.
So I rolled a 6 plus my 3 puts me at a 9.
It opens like a chest. Half of this box opens very, very quickly. And then you are immediately holding on, using one arm and two legs and your magnet
Okay.
to hold on to what is essentially a lid, and you're holding on to it like like freaking Bo Duke would hold onto a roof of a car.
Gotcha.
And you are just grabbing on and now are upside down as the lid
As it
is
flipped
now
open.
upside down, opened.
So I'm going to try to.
Drex, by the way, and Jeeves see inside this chest is basically a massive pile of credit chits and a bunch of jewelry sort of just thrown in the middle of this thing. It's a big treasure chest.
Is our Kyber tiara anywhere near it?
It is. It is on there as well.
Okay.
So I'm going to try to. What's the word? Spelunk? Or what's the word? Like rock crawl?
I know what you mean.
But
You gotta
like-
swing yourself up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need a defy danger strength again.
It's an 8.
All right. So I'm gonna have to roll this. I'm gonna have to know. I gotta let the dice decide.
Please be 2 blanks.
So we've got 2 lightning bolts.
Okay.
It's
Better than 2 skulls.
It's better than 2 skulls. So you're able to get yourself on top of this lid on the inside.
Okay.
You're standing inside of this, and you feel as the chest is swaying backwards. Your weight has added something. Now, you can choose to stand upon the pile of credits and deal with whatever that consequence might be, or you can let the lid and pull the rest of it closed and then stand on the front as the chest closes and is now facing the other way off of its central platform space.
So it would. So I'm sorry. So the second
Yeah,
one is
you're
like,
good. The chest is basically going to fall backwards and close.
Okay.
Then there you would stand on the front of the chest where the button is
Gotcha.
as it is flopped over. Or you can stand on the treasure itself. You're like Captain Jack Sparrow on that wheel.
Yeah.
You guys are also able to do things over there. Just because you're staring at a man do crazy things doesn't mean you can't also do crazy things.
The chest is not fixed to the floor, is it?
No, it is not. It's clearly not.
It's about to. It's literally toppling over at this point.
Okay.
And if I had some way to like stop it with my mind, I would absolutely do that.
Yeah, I was going to say, is
But
there
I-
any way? Is there any way I can just like pick both of them up and bring them back over?
Um,
Would you allow that?
Just
pick up the chest as well? I mean, this is going to take a lot. I'm going to give you disadvantage to do it because it's a lot that you're picking up.
I mean, you could just keep it from falling over. That'd be great.
Well, then yeah, I'll just stop it from falling
All right,
over.
defy danger charisma.
Defying danger dangerously again with an 11.
And it pulls down. You are standing in the lid as he holds it down.
Sweet. OBKB. So, I'd be like, that was a close call, thanks. And like he actually kind of looks concerned because he was like, that was gonna be bad.
I'm gonna start walking over there because Verks
On your hands?
have incredibly great upper body strength because they're just dinosaurs.
They are. Go ahead and roll
That'd be
to
honest.
defy danger. Is it strength? The way you described it to me says strength. They have incredible upper body strength.
So it's just a straight roll for me.
Yep. He rolled some buns over there.
Snake eyes.
Snake eyes.
Oh my goodness.
Hmm.
All right. Cool.
Okay.
That's
He
not good.
puts his arms on the platform, his hands out. He starts to do a handstand, and he's walking. It's no big deal. Then about halfway, you just get really burning, really a burning sensation in your shoulders, and this is tough. And you're like, I have a third point of contact I can make with the ground. My head for sure is not going to trigger anything. It's not a foot, right? And he puts his head
It's not a hand.
on the ground on that square, and it lights up red. And then very quickly, all of the squares go red and begin to decrease in size.
Oh,
And the room is now closing.
Shrieking. All right. So In that case, then Tanzai is going to rock and make the thing fall over towards the door. But that would close the lid, right? Is what you're saying? If it falls over?
Yeah, it's going to close the lid on its back.
So if I rock it sideways or whatever.
You're trying to step on the... I mean, you just want to jump out?
Well, because no, I'm going to try to knock it, because we need to try to get this stuff out of here, right?
How about I help him? I go in, like, I kind of push it as he's rocking.
So Drex is like, screw it, and he stands on the ground.
Yeah.
And as you stand on the ground, you recognize that these squares are getting smaller and the room is getting smaller. And Jeev, you're holding this thing with the force so that it doesn't fall over. As you recognize, that doorway is getting smaller as well. And so you're eventually not going to be able to see the thing you're holding with the force, and that's going to become a problem.
We need to grab this stuff and just get out. So I'm gonna,
Just grab the what's it called?
The diadem?
The diadem.
So I'm going to grab the diadem, stick it to my magnet, and just grab some chips and just start throwing them as
Just like, swing, like through the hole and just like
Yeah.
chucking them in there.
Trying to get some jewelry and stuff, just grabbing handfuls of stuff. And
Yeah, you grab a big pile of money, chuck it in your shirt, whatever it is you got to do, and you guys start running as quickly as you can to the doorway. Go ahead and roll, and it's got to be speed. Go ahead and roll to defy danger dexterity. And Jeev, what do you do?
Well, they're done getting stuff out of the
Yep.
chest, right?
Yep.
Can I give them a boost and like pull them towards me a little
Oh,
bit?
I like that. You can aid them. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
You guys both have aid as he reaches out his hands and then pulls in to try to get you closer.
like, 8 even.
11
Yeah, aid.
with aid.
It's still 12.
Wow.
No. Sorry. That's 9, 10.
10 is good. 10 is great.
There you go.
What you got?
11 with aid.
Wow. So with aid, you see as Drex is very tall. His head hits the top of the door, but he's like, oh crap! And he's going to get crushed Indiana Jones style. He falls on his back, and Jeev just sort of pulls him through the door as Tanzai grabs the ankle, and you guys are all safe. As the vault closes, you see that the building does now have electricity on. The lights are on, but they're all red. It is like a constant red light in the space. You see the 3 probe droids are outside the window, and they are scanning lights. You guys all drop prone, and you're currently not discovered. But you hear as one of the elevators goes ding.
C-14. What's the escape plan? We need to move now.
You hear as he says, the getaway driver is prepared to move. Get rid of those probe droids.
Okay.
I'm going to take that thermal detonator and just roll it towards the elevator doors.
Okay.
So we need to take out the probe
Well,
droids.
didn't we slice the elevator? Or were there 2?
There's
There's
3 of them.
I threw it towards the one that
dinged.
is
That's
about
right.
is about to ding.
He did say that. That's right.
I time it so when it
Yeah,
opens.
yeah. It's good. I'm
Alright,
excited.
So how do we take out these probe droids?
You guys have blasters.
I do not.
You have a blaster.
I do.
I don't
So
do
do they.
range. Yeah.
All right. I'll go ahead and
Give me one. And just like I'll take one.
give him that sniper rifle.
I know you said the building's red. Can I jump out the window and just grab one?
You want to jump out the window and grab onto one?
Mm-hmm. If it doesn't kill me.
I mean,
Imagine he
to-
just
to jump
hits
out the window.
shield.
You can do that. It's a one-way shield. It's like like in it's like how ships are able to keep
Yeah,
out
yeah.
their ships.
Just shatters the glass, but hits the thing.
Right.
Got to make the thumbnail accurate.
Oh sure, yeah. You run out and you just go and grab onto one of these things. Go ahead and defy danger dexterity. So Jeev is doing Jeev things, and he jumps out the window, shattering the glass, grabbing onto a probe droid.
Snake eyes.
He grabs onto a probe droid.
It falls to his death.
He grabs onto a probe droid.
That could be bad.
And then he's like, yeah, as it sort of begins to descend slowly, it starts to like spiral downward. And then he's like, yeah. And he looks up and he has the bottom like rim of the probe droid. And he thinks he's holding on to the probe droid, but the rest of the probe droid is still up in the sky. And he is now descending very, very, very
Wouldn't that
quickly.
have broken it? splitting it in two.
No, you just grabbed like the rim edge, like you broke like basically the bumper of a car. Like you just
Oh, I
pulled
see.
off this little bit of it, and you're now
Oh,
falling very, very quickly.
falling with style.
What are you, Buzz Lightyear?
I don't know what you're gonna do, but you're gonna fall off a building. I rolled a skull and a skull, so good luck.
So anyway, I started blasting.
Roll a volley, please.
the same.
All right.
Well,
Where's that getaway driver?
Not on your level.
Tell him to move.
Okay, you're gonna get on comms and
Volley.
yell.
Yeah.
Okay. So you say, what do you say?
I tried to get one. It didn't work. I need a pickup.
Okay. So you hear a human person basically say, "Sure, where? I'm at the top floor." And he's like driving up in the sky. You see this like sort of greenish car-like flying vehicle that is up in the sky, flying in the direction of these upper floors.
I missed my first shot.
You missed first shot. Soon goes wide.
I failed.
You failed. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I have to see if there's any complications. The elevator door opens, and then a thermal detonator goes off, and it blows up 6 people.
Dang.
Out of.
6 people.
Oh, cool.
And then you hear a very loud snap of a cord in the elevator, and it's going to fall very quickly down, like the other one did.
Sweet. Okay.
What are you doing?
problem solved.
It cost you a resource.
12 and to hit and 5 damage.
12 to hit and 5 damage. Yeah, you take out this probe droid.
Shoot at the other one.
Okay, roll a volley.
Yeah, we're gonna fire a second time.
Yeah.
Try to hit the third one. There we go. So what's funny is Tanzai does not fire weapons.
No.
So he just took this sniper rifle with one hand and was just like, and he's like,
Oh my gosh.
I was like, oh, that obviously is not gonna work. So then he takes his magnet and goes pink, and then uses that to like steady it.
Oh.
Yeah, and then he fires, and I'm sure you hit.
A 12.
Yeah, you hit. You killed the other one. It dies, and then you did what?
I got a 9.
It does hit it. In that moment, all 3 probe droids go down. They're one shot and done. Like they're just quick little like they're meant to illustrate where you are, but where you are is now, of course, discovered.
Wants to grab me with a grab.
But you are falling and falling and falling, and there is not going to be someone to save you in time. What are you going to do?
Is there another window I can grab the ledge of?
Nope.
I don't know.
What do you do?
I don't know.
Use the force.
I'm not sure how in this case.
You're gonna hit the ground in 10 seconds.
Like, trying to catch myself like Anakin would jumping off a building.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll to defy danger charisma.
I need this to work.
If you fail, you will die.
I want 8. Oh wait, no, charisma.
How can you-
Charisma.
Yes.
7. Never mind.
That was a roller coaster for me. So you can do it. I will present a lesser success, cost, or consequence. Here's what happens. Are you pushing? Or are you pushing against the ground? Is that basically what's happening? How does this work? Tell me how this would normally work.
Superhero landing, essentially.
Okay. Okay.
You shatter your femur.
Probably.
The lights go off as soon as you hit the ground. And we will teleport your consciousness to whenever you wake up.
Okay.
Because right now, you are unconscious.
Sure.
All right.
Yeah. That thumbnail's not so wholesome now.
He was smiling for an instant.
You guys are hearing Jeev go, I need a car, I need a car, I need...
Shit.
I was like, I thought he learned from me not to jump off. That's for me to do stupid stuff like that. All right, so then we kind of, all right, we need to get the car and get down there.
All right, so you see the cars pull up to where the window had shattered.
We're like, see, this is a jump we can make, and then we'll just jump into the car from there.
Yeah.
This guy's name, unironically, is named Caro.
Nice.
K-A-R-R-O.
Nice.
And the other sniper is named Shadow.
No, it's Genry.
Oh, okay.
Jin.
Not to be confused with Henry. Okay, so yeah, you jump in the car. He closes the door, and then he's like, "Where are we going?"
Down. We need to get our friend.
Okay, and he goes down, and you see as these Imperial transports begin to fly in the direction of the upper balcony, and then look around and see your car moving, and are now descending upon your position. So you guys get to the bottom because you can't control this person. This is Caro. Caro gets down to the bottom, and you see quite the scene. You see what is essentially if you took someone's knee and then pressed it all the way to the back. And then you took someone's arm and you crushed it all the way in. And you took someone's other hip and then smashed it as far in as you can. And then you see that person breathing as best they can.
I'm not dead.
Damn, I told him not to do the superhero landing.
It's horrible on your knees.
It's terrible.
So we scoop him into a bag
Scoop him up and put him in the car.
and put him in the trunk. Or yeah, get him in the car. We
It's horrifying.
we need to meet up with C14. Let's go.
I feel horrible. So yeah, you put him in the backseat of the car. He does make the worst sound when you put him down. But yeah, so you're able to head in the direction. You see these transports following you in your direction. What do you do with these transports? They're going to see wherever you go, or you're going to have to deal with them.
So, does Caro have any, how good a driver are you, Caro? Can you lose these guys?
I'm the getaway driver. I can do anything.
Lose them.
All right. Okay. Somebody point out where do I need to go to find your intelligence.
Oof.
Whoever's going to lead this.
I'll
It doesn't
do
have to
that.
be you.
Okay.
What's your intelligence score? All right, mine's +2. I'll do it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
12.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay.
Drex is the one's like, I got this. Go this way.
Why? I told him not to do the superhero landing. It's so good. No, but he's like, okay, wait. Why am I doubling back the same way? Wait. And then you tell him, no, do it anyway. And he does it. And he turns around and you're like, wait, we just came this way. And you're like, just do it. Shut up. And he eventually just miraculously, you guys lose your tail.
Trust me, bro.
This is not our first rodeo.
All right.
Cool. So we need to meet up with C14 somewhere, I guess. Or actually, let's head back to what was the post or the rest?
Spanner's Arrest.
Spanner's Rest.
Headed back to the Spanner's Rest.
Yeah.
Okay, head back to the Spanner's Rest. I'm going to turn the music back to something a bit more digestible. I didn't want this one. Okay.
Not that digestible.
And you enter the bead door, and it is just the two of you, as Jeeve is in the car, unless you would like to bring him.
Where's the ship?
Your ship?
Yeah.
It's nearby this location.
I'm going to take Jeeve to the ship.
Okay, you take Jeeve to the ship.
Do we have a back to tank on the ship?
No.
Do we have anything that could help Jeeve on the ship?
No.
I
thought we had a
take
medical
Jeeve away
bay.
from the ship.
we do have a medical.
I thought
bay.
we had a mid.
You have a med bay, but no back to tank.
Yeah, I have one healing item, whatever that means, still left. But
You want to give him a healing item?
I mean, that's what I've got. Do you guys not have healing items?
I don't think so.
Nope.
Oh, interesting. Okay. So, yeah, I guess I'll give him something to heal something. I don't know how that's going to work, but...
So you take your it looks like a green pill, and you force feed him a green pill.
Is it a sensu bean?
I don't know. What does that mean?
It's Dragon Ball Z. Never mind.
Oh, no. Sorry. I don't watch anime. And not yet.
Nerd.
You feed him this green pill, and you see in this moment, as his chest and sort of abdomen swell up a little bit. And then you...
And I just poke it with
No, he swells like bigger than he necessarily should. Like his ribs are always open. But then you hear his throat just kind of like... He's just getting the best open airway. No matter the crushing that's going on in him, he's now got an open airway. He's getting oxygen. And then you see him sort of blink awake. Now, he can't super move. Like, his everything that I described as crushed is definitely crushed. Like
Yeah.
you've got a whole one limb right now, but you are breathing and you have 1 health.
Figured.
Can I try and set like his bones?
Yeah.
Just like maybe pull that out, twist that back into place.
It's rough, and your character is not what I would call a doctor.
well,
So
just as much as a layman would know how to.
yeah, no, you
Kind of like
you,
pop a shoulder back into place type knowledge.
You're doing the best you can. I mean, you know guys who could potentially do better than this,
Yeah.
but you're doing your best, and
Well.
he's gonna be alive.
I think I know a guy that could patch up our friend.
Max Rebo.
Not Max Reba.
But you are at the local bar, is what you said.
Yeah. Because I was, but we didn't have to take anything back to dude. We were supposed to leave, like, let somebody know
leave
that
something
we
there,
did it.
yeah. You're just going back kind of to collect for what we did.
Well,
I
yeah, you
think.
get 10 grand for it, and then
Yeah.
half of it is gonna go to the other crew.
Or we
Yeah,
can
yeah.
join the Sable Circle.
Yeah. So I will go talk to Sam Fifth,
and you
and
walk up to Sam Fifth, and he's shuffling cards.
be like, okay, so deal is done. What was your end of the bargain?
Which of the 2 options were you looking for?
And I don't recall. Did you tell us the options?
He asked
I would
that
think
question.
so.
Okay. So, what are the options?
The membership or the 10,000?
Would you like to be a member of the Sable
Sable.
Circle, or would you like to be receiving 10,000 credits?
We have a lot of credits.
We do. So I'm like, what's the circle? I've never heard of it.
The Sable Circle is a secret collective of people looking to rob everyone.
Is membership honestly worth 10,000 credits?
Yes, you will gain access beyond what you are currently receiving.
And would this go for all the members of the crew?
All members who participated in the heist proper. Consider it your test.
We accept. C14 actually helped us out too, and his crew.
Do you have the diadem?
I do.
May I see it?
So
I mean, it's on his magnet.
yeah, that's true. I go plink.
Wow. And how is it that you proved that I did the deed?
So yeah, that's the part I was like, we didn't do that part.
Can I flashback?
You are
I was gonna say like just
you-
like carving his name in a wall.
interesting. You probably, yeah, sure. Go ahead, roll a flashback. Participate in this adventure. Go ahead.
I did it. I don't remember what the thing for flashback is, but it's a bonus, and that I
It's
rolled 7,
intelligence.
so
It's intelligence.
Yeah, so
that's an
he had
8.
it.
Yeah.
I just want to double check the flashback if I need to give you a. It's not quite what you specified. You spelled Sam Fifth wrong.
Ow. Yeah.
But it's carved like your name's carved in the wall.
Perfect.
Michelle's asking, is this like a thieves guild?
Yes, it's like a thieves guild.
Oh, okay, sweet. Okay, so that's actually so yeah.
Pretty dope.
So done deal.
You've chosen to be a member of the Sable Circle.
Us and the remainder of C14's crew.
Then it is a pleasure to properly introduce myself. I am Nix Alana.
So I keep taking your stuff. So we keep the diadem and the chits.
They are all yours. We will contact you with a job.
Nice to meet you, Nix. Tansai, not Kevin.
I figured.
And then can I know a guy
You're gonna know a guy? All right.
who can patch up our friend?
So as everyone in your crew cries, you look for a solution.
like everyone in the crew like cries. He's looking for something. I'm talking about money and like yeah, get me in that door, baby.
What happened to Jeep?
And you just see a very small Unsullen named Trix Banto just look up and is like, I can fix him.
No, Trix. No. Just kind of shove away.
So I'll show back up to the ship.
But Sky doesn't need himself.
All right. I rolled a 7,
Yes.
so
I love it.
they're going to ask for a lot.
Of course they will.
Yeah.
All right. So you are contacting somebody. What kind of person are you contacting? Like a doctor, somebody with access to a Bacta tank? Like, what are you looking for?
This is someone who runs like a clinic front.
Ah,
You know, let's say they run like a children's hospital,
Wouldn't we have
but
had,
they do like black market stuff, kind of like a vet does.
wouldn't
like
we
it.
have had access to that on Bespin with Xena?
I mean,
We should go back to Bespin just yet.
he's not ready. He's not ready. All right. So you know somebody. It's a long shot, and you know they're going to ask for a ton. But you remember there was somebody who you're not sure exactly the name. And you recall them visually, and you recall their clinic. And you only remember going back into the clinic when you were suffering from something. What was it that you were suffering from when you went there?
Poison.
You were poisoned. You went back there because you know that it was sort of a flesh-eating poison. It was like a full-on bacterial thing that was ingested, and you were being assassinated. It was a thing. But as you were being fixed, you remember the look of this person's eyes. They're black sort of part of their eyes, and then their white irises looking back at you with their very long neck. And they looked down at you and helped you all those times ago. And so you're just carrying your friend or flying or whatever it is that you're doing. But you finally approach this front and say the passcode and get access. Walking back through a very long hallway in a very shifty part of town, you enter a room with a single Kaminoan woman in the back who is sitting down reading a book. And she looks up at you and says, "Might I help you?"
Yes, please. I have a friend who is not in the best shape and his condition is deteriorating rapidly. I'll pay whatever you need.
His progress will require great effort and constant monitoring.
That's why I came to you.
I ask that you allow me to come with you.
What?
You must keep the work a secret. But I can come with you.
You want passage?
I need to go somewhere far away,
Camino?
out of this galaxy,
Out of this galaxy?
Heredia?
or out of this system. Out of this...
I was about
It's
to
a
be like-
system? It's a system, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, it's not this. It is a galaxy, right? Because Camino is on the outskirts
Camino
of the galaxy.
is on the outer rim.
It's the outer rim. No, it's not considered in part of the galaxy. It is
Yes, it is.
It's a planetoid away. What do you mean?
No.
Long story short, she says, beyond the outskirts.
She's like, take me to Camino.
Take me to Camino. Yes, take me to Camino.
All right. But we can take you there when we're going by that area.
Fine.
All right, please help it.
Sure. Take me to him now.
Bring her onto the ship.
Perfect.
What's this Kaminoan's name?
You are looking for this Kaminoan's name. This Kaminoan is named Hai.
Spelled.
H-A-I.
Oh.
No, I'm just kidding.
H-A.
I'll give you a better name. I'll give you a better name.
Hi.
This-
I actually know somebody named Hi. H-A-I.
no, I'm gonna
That's what
do.
I was thinking when he said that.
No, it's just I'm generating Kaminoan names, and Hai is one of the options. Yeah, we're gonna stick with Hai. It is Hai.
Just hi.
Just hi.
Not he.
And then the last name is Bro.
Hi, bro. Hi, bro.
Dude, I want to show you this screen. Literally, it's generate. Top line is you, bro. Second line is hi, Wani. So I'm like, hi, bro.
Nice.
That's the name of this character.
It's fantastic.
Hi, bro. This is our ship and our crew.
Wow.
Oh. Hi, bro.
Hi.
Meanwhile, I'm gonna meet up with C14 and be like, "Well done. Thanks for your assistance. I'd like to officially welcome you to." And I should have written it down. It's the what
Sable Circle.
Sable Circle.
SABEL or SABLE circle.
Welcome to the Sable Circle.
No. 10,000 credits.
Oh.
I'm sure we have that.
10,000. The whole. You said half.
And you failed.
No.
5, then.
That's nothing for me.
5 credits.
And I pull out I pull out 50,000 credits and just be like, okay, and then I just hand him 5, and then I put him back away.
And he leaves.
Is Caro still there?
Karo's like, I'm with him. So thanks, appreciate it.
Do you want to join the circle or not?
Nah, I'm not messing with that.
Hey, good flying out there, Carl. You have lots of potential.
Appreciate it.
As he's walking away, I'm just be like, 2 directs, but still, so he can hear me like, he was a terrible driver. You had to tell him how to do it. And as he's like walking away, he just hears us talking trash about
Talking
him.
mad shit about him.
Stupid Carl.
Yeah, screw that guy.
Good luck with the
so you're
stupid
able to sort of gather each other, and you see this Kaminoan woman. She's white-skinned, very, very tall, and is beginning the healing process of Jeev. She sets up in your medical laboratory space, lays him on the bed, and looks to you both and says, "He will be healed in no time."
Thank you.
And then you see as Keela Voss comes up, the Togruta yellow-skinned woman, she says, "So, did you get the diadem?"
Yes.
And I hold it out to her.
No. I don't want to touch it.
Yeah, and since I'm not actually touching it, and it's just it's not affecting me, right?
Yeah. I mean, not
I would think so.
as we would interpret, no.
Cool. So what do we do with it?
Well, we sell it.
That's it.
What do you mean? Are you trying to destroy it?
Well, our voice of conscience on that is indisposed at the moment, so we could sell it.
Well, he was, I can recall, was interested in exploring what it means and all of its spiritualness. We could potentially try to find where, I don't know, like a temple or something? Or we could just sell it.
Why not both?
Is this temple gonna have more riches?
Temples usually do.
And then we sell it.
Collect.
I like
Sell,
it.
sell.
The diadem is from a particular temple, and we could return it and potentially learn things about it. It's said to, when put upon the head of the central focus, it allows access to its deeper location, or we can just sell it at face value. But, selling a key or using a key, the key is worth a lot.
And so I think I look at Drex, and I'll be like, I made the decision for you last time, and I still feel bad about it. Your call.
Well, who wants to use it?
That's a great question. We don't know. We do know that Krokoma is somehow related to this. And from what we've gathered, he's not gone.
I want nothing to do with that guy.
It's fair. But it could potentially be an evil that we can't avoid.
So you think we should probably get to him before he gets to us?
Or at least get more information on what could slow him down.
Maybe we take it to an appraisal and see what we do from there.
She fences things.
Agreed.
It's my job.
That's her whole thing.
There's a fence.
Someone who is more of an expert in what this thing is.
Oh, please don't tell me we have to go back to Bespin. Bespin.
We might.
Okay. And she just walks away.
These are dangerous powers that we're dealing with here.
Oh, yeah.
And if Vader wants something this bad, then there's got to be something behind it. Or a reason.
Yes, which means the sooner we get rid of it, one way or another, the better it is for us.
Agreed.
10 beans.
10
10
beans. How many beans do we have right now?
10.
10 beans.
We're at 10 beans.
Well, here's what I'm going to do, because I'm Michelle's #1 fan. I'm going to stop there, and we will pick up with 10 beans added on to our starting value. Michelle, I'm not going to ignore your beans. I'm going to let them carry over, which I don't normally do. So just consider that my payment for your constant viewership. But no, I appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching Star Wars Ragtag. I guess maybe we'll decide if we want to go to a temple or visit a place that is famous in the Star Wars lore and probably overused, and I'm going to use it anyway. I'll catch you next time on Star Wars Ragtag. Thanks for watching.
So I'll leave the counter at 10.